our third live stream for our NARM game that's been going on since when did we start? January. But through the summer, we've been really excited to share these live streams with you, exploring different parts of NARM. You can find this on twitch.tv/Stillfleet. So today, we are going to be returning to some familiar folks, and maybe everyone, if they're ready, can introduce themselves. I'm Jesse. I'm one of your GMs today. Start that way.
I'm Ryan, also NARM GM.
If you wanted me to go next, I'm Wythe. I also GM these games, and we do lots of games on the server. So if you're new to Stillfleet and want to find a game, you can head over to discord.stillfleet.com. But today we're going to continue our West Marches game, exploring an ultrastructure that is an infinitely long, thin by cosmic standards, it's the radius of a moon, but thin black straw of stone full of exploratory vessels from dead civilizations.
I guess I'll introduce myself. My name is Jennifer. I'm not a GM. I'm playing.
Okay, I'm Laura, and I'm not playing. I'm just playing. I'm for the second time, and I'm not a GM. Why not? Thank you.
And I'm Harry, and I'm also playing. Did you want us to introduce our characters here, or should we do that in character?
No, because our surprise is. I think I'll let Jesse set up kind of the background. I'm going to send everybody a new character sheet. Well, Jesse, you're muted.
Thanks, Wythe. So today we are going to explore what happened 60 years ago, when a crew that had been going to explore NARM before the Tatquake was out on a venture. Ryan, do you want to just ping me or?
So right now, I think we're sending.
Okay, yeah,
characters,
in the private chat for the players here. Please take a look at these 3 characters from 62 years ago and select one of them for each of you to play. Go ahead and click through, take a look. I will give you just a very quick overview of each of them. Curvy Winged Sailor is a jackal and tremulant Waiton from Calais. I could be looking at it so that I know some of the details. A tremulant of the Black Gate. So some real good like physics bending time and space powers. We also have the Pepper Elf Still Rider, often called A or A by his compatriots, who some of your regular characters actually have met. Plus 10 Vineholder, who is a Waiton sort of factor and peer, but also has a couple snakehead levels, a little bit of sort of mucking with the luck in the universe. Whose ghost you saw on our last streamed venture on the edge of the superimposed forests as you flew through the superimposed forests to a hole that did not yet exist. At least one of the players had a very brief interaction with Ten Vineholder. All right, and then if you've had a chance to take a look and any of these three speak to you, I'll throw it to the players next to chime in and let us know who you'd like to play for the next portion of this game.
I have an opinion. Does anyone else?
Nothing strong.
I know that I won't be able to play A because I have never met him in the campaign, so maybe it's better for a more seasoned player to be A.
I have met him, and he's the one I wanted to play. Because
there you go.
In previous games, my character has met him, and they don't get along. So
Perfect.
I think it would be great to get into his head a little bit. Perfect. Ryan, are you okay with that?
I love that. I'm
Okay.
so thrilled.
All right, great.
Yeah, then so Harry and Laura, any thoughts between our two Waiton characters?
I kind of like a curvy wing sailor, but it's not a strong like urge. So Harry, it's really up to you if you.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm happy with either. So yeah, I'll go 10 Vineholder. That's cool.
Perfect.
Great. So, I mean, for the audience, maybe can you each describe yourself? And I will say, so to set the scene a little bit more, I know this is a bit of an unconventional start. Yeah, we're going loosey-goosey here. What the Ambachters, your team is called the Ambachters. You have been at the NARM-Desk for a while, going on ventures into NARM. Possibly you know more about NARM than anybody in what would be present day, 60 years from where we are going to start the game. That you know of. So I think you are a solid team. You've been, you all know each other, and you've been on many ventures together. There are some established relationships there, but feel free to make up whatever we didn't write down, and maybe just describe yourselves for the audience.
Sorry, I'm speed reading if anyone wants to go first.
Could we start with wife, actually? Is that reasonable?
Sure. So I'm playing the group's Banshee. Rooster is her nickname, and she's a tall, completely hairless woman with fairish skin, completely covered almost, at least around her head and neck, with tattoos. Which I think would tell you a couple things. One, she's a fleeter. This is a style common with people who are born on Spindle, born to the company. But also, she is not of high birth, actually, or else she would have, a smaller number of tattoos. But she's like trying a little too hard. So she seems like, a poor person trying to look rich in this sort of, to use an analogy, with the company and class there. And she is a Banshee who is very obsessed with higher math and time and space and physics. in a really kind of creepy way, not like an inhuman way, more like a laughing to herself, kind of like haunted way. But she's always smiling, and she loves doing her job, not because she likes the company, but because she likes traveling through time and space. So she signed up for the NARM-Desk 62 years ago is the first time the company's exploring NARM, and she's taking you out here on whatever venture we're going on. Yeah, and she doesn't like fighting necessarily, so she has a hatchet, her lucky hatchet, but and a gun, but she's not really into fighting.
I'll go next and give you guys time for with your sheets. So next you see right up next to Rooster, you see Shuta. She looks very, so she's in her duct tape kind of garb, looking very shiny today. She's looking excited to go on a mission. She is ready to see what's out there. She's got her best friends around her, and she's just exuding like positive energy, and talking to whoever one will listen. Ryan, are you listening to me?
Yes, Tint absolutely is listening. Tint always is doing her very best to sort of like keep in mind everyone's like emotional state and kind of check in and like make sure everybody is getting along pretty well. She's a little bit tentative in her manner. She wears a long like gray hair in a braid, kind of covering some of her exposed skin. If you look really closely, there are some tattoos, which maybe they're not tattoos because are they moving? Tint is the team's witness, and so she is just trying to make sure that everybody's getting along and that they would all get along with whoever we meet out in the void as well. I guess popcorn style, can I throw it over to Harry?
Yeah, absolutely. So 10 Vine Holder is a weight and peer and also factor snakehead born on spindle to a sprawling family of canteen vendors, now known for their Gnostic noshes, you know it tastes good stands. Left the family business to pursue scientific betterment in form of the Co's psychic training, eventually leading to a career of void mining. So has factor snakehead powers and is a peer. And a weapon. I'll throw over to Jennifer.
Ryan, do you want me to say or no, it's up for the name of this character?
When he's introducing himself, he would, it would be the server wines, right? It would just be like, everybody else kind of calls you something different because they have a hard time making mechanical words.
That sounds like their problem. This is is a pepper elf. He is not worried about how people are feeling, and he's not trying to talk to people, unlike the rest of the crew. He is about a meter tall, kind of without his exosuit, but with it, he's kind of got this armored exosuit that makes him taller and also kind of looks a bit oddly mismatched with his kind of normal height and size, which is this sort of strange, like techno-elfin kind of creature. He's deeply uninterested in kind of what anybody thinks about that, though.
So, and finally, Curving Wing Sailor is a Wetton who's been enmeshed with the Mafia, even though that was maybe not entirely true, but he kind of fled through NARM and thought that this might be a good way for him to start a new life as this giant 2-meter tall Wetton who is very much here for the ride, happy and happy. Maybe happy-go-lucky would be better description. He is both a tremulant, so a cyan, and a jackal, because rumors have been greatly exaggerated about his involvement in risky business, but yeah, he's going to be there to entertain, be happy, be merry, and maybe flee some annoying problems. So there you go.
And yeah, so here we are, wherever we are, and Tint is just checking in, kind of with each person. Hey, we've got a new big mission. This is going to be an interesting one. How are you feeling, Curvy Wing Sailor? Are you feeling okay about this venture?
As long as you have popcorn, I'm going to be fine, I hope.
Yeah, and Tint starts ruffling through her bags. Oh, I've got some snacks someplace.
Maybe for when I return.
It sounds good. Yeah, I'll hold on to these. Jesse, can you set the scene? Where are we now?
Okay, sorry. I froze for a second. So you're on the Nettle Shield. You're on your way to go investigate what might be the farthest point that the company knows of on NARM. And your very experienced group of voidminers, they trust you to go figure out what's going on out there. What does the Nettle Shield sound like 60 years ago?
It sounds the same as it does 60 years later, because it is a war machine who does not have a natural lifespan per se. So it sounds like a catty Australian friend who is secretly trying to murder you, but also not secretly, but also can't because of its programming. So it's always a little bit, on edge, because it can't actually harm you if you're, being shuttle passengers. It's a shuttle. So yeah, what are we doing on the Nettle Shield, Jesse?
So I think what we learn is that it is going to take you a very long time, or you can kind of try to go through NARM in a dangerous way. And maybe the Nettle Shield is like, well, I haven't been here in such and such a time. But this is quite far down the straw of NARM. The Nettle Shield is basically the safest choice, probably. But it's going to take a long time.
How long are we talking?
Wythe, would you say it's like a week or two?
Well, Jesse, it depends where we're going. NARM goes on and on for light years, so it is that would take at close to, but not the speed of light, since you can't go at the speed of light. The number of years that it is. So it really depends where you're headed.
We are not headed to the end. We're going to the Beyond Ring, which is as far as we've gone.
That is light years away. That would take more time than we have in the campaign. So that was not a place the Nettle Shield can take you.
Okay. So you need to figure out how to get to it. There is rumor of a Stiffworks there.
Okay, so maybe we're sitting on the Nettle Shield and we're realizing we took the wrong approach. This is going to take too long. So I think Tint would chime in and sort of be picking up on maybe Rooster's, maybe A's tentativity or like dissatisfaction that the company has decided, that our refactor has decided we have to sit on the nettle shield for years before we reach our venture. This isn't going to work out. So Tint kind of like sidles up beside A and says, hey, I know this isn't going to plan. Just wanted to check in. Or do you have any ideas, any other ways we could get to the goal?
What do you want me to do? Like shoot a hole in space or something? I mean, I'll try if you want, but
if you think that works,
no.
Maybe run it by Rooster.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get her to do the math so that I can blow us a hole in the universe.
Yeah, Rooster starts talking to you about the size and scale of the universe and describes the energy, the mass energy
mistakes
involved.
were made.
And the numbers, she gets really excited and her grin grows and she's like shaking you physically now. So she's like twice your height. You're like a pepper elf, right? So she's kind of like lifting you up in the shuttle. Although you're strapped in, I guess, if you're going at speed. So she's like kind of reaching over and it's like an awkward like race car driving fight, but it's not a fight. She's just very excited about
Can
how
you stop,
vast...
please? Put me down, please.
The universe
please.
is really big.
Put me down. Put me down.
You're down.
Stop touching me.
You're also up. It's all relative.
Ugh, I don't care. Oh, you know what I do care about? Not sitting on this ship forever. So can you do anything about that? Or are we just going to talk about it for the next 50 years or however long it's going to take us to get there?
It's a great question. Rooster, can you do anything about that? I don't know the answer. No.
Does Rooster know about any stiffworks because the company only has one that they know of at this time, which is at one end of NARM. So right now, if they're just on a ship exploring NARM, yeah, it'll just be as far as they get as far as they get. So I'm not sure if she has another lead here.
So they're following a rumor of another one. I think this is like a puzzle to solve. How do we sit on the nettle shield forever? How do the Ambachters get there?
I guess we know the answer, but I think it's more fun to see how the players figure out a way to help get the information. Is that where you're going with this, Jesse?
Yes, but we're also here as like part of the team to help.
Okay, well, can either the two weirdos do anything, or are they just gonna sit there?
Space-time's not my thing, I'm afraid, but surely this is a Banshee's job to get us through a stiff work somewhere.
Well, yeah, that's the problem. There isn't one. Like here. Like there's one on the other side, but there isn't one here, and we need two of them. One here, one there. You know how this works. We've done it before.
Do we really need to go fast? Can we go a little fast? Can we go the way we have and then wing it along? You know, do we like? What's the hurry?
The hurry is that I don't want to have to sit here and listen to these kinds of conversations for the next decades of my life.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay, so like, what are we going to do? Because I'm already done with this. Somebody has to have an idea.
Well, Akiv, like, you hate it when she does this, but she like reaches her arm around your shoulders in a really
Don't touch me.
look out there. Look at all these spaceships. Look at all these hulks. Look at all these wraiths. What are they all going to do? They're going to help us. Probably. Maybe. Why don't we ask?
Great. Anybody else that you can talk to besides me, I'm on board. Let's go. How about that one? That one's not in pieces.
I think Tint tries to step in then and like separate you and like redirect Akil. Hey, let's. I think that sounds like a great idea. Who's got all the tech? Rooster, can you reach out to some of the wraiths to find a different way?
Yeah, you want me to talk to dead war machines all around us that if we wake them up might if we make them undead, they might just blow us out of the water? I mean, sure, I'm sure with the Nettle Shield we can try to establish contact, see if anything's still kicking around, wake up some ghosts.
Do you think you could do it in a sneaky way instead?
Yeah, I mean, only a total idiot would want to make friends with ships like this. Like, only a complete lunatic.
Hard agree.
Tint tries to like step in between, like, calm down, you know, like we're good, everybody's okay. You know, just doing hand gestures.
I have an idea. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask for help. If y'all can help do this.
I mean, it's just an idea. And I see that is in much of a hurry to get there. So maybe I can take him and hurl ourselves through space. I can only do this with one person, though, but it's a little risky, and there's just going to be the two of us. But at least
that's my name. Don't wear it out. I don't think I'm probably the one you want to take. Maybe you want to take the one that can make wormholes.
Also, I can do that kind of things. I can take anybody. Not that often. It's not. I'm not a subway, but I can probably do that. Yeah.
Great. So you want Rooster to reach out to one of these hulks, and or you want to throw someone into a hulk? Is that what we're doing?
I'm gonna throw myself as well.
Oh, great.
I mean,
great.
there's gonna be two of us, so that I can protect you with my very good strength. No, I can maybe hide, but yeah, that's the gist.
Well, I think at this point they've been traveling for about a week, and have come to a hulk that is clearly far more advanced than the other hulks, which look like Late Tephnian ships of war, basically, and you know, they're collections of nanites, but they once had post-humans living in them, traveling the stars. Here they were exploring, and the two major groups of ships representing different kind of political factions, however understood, different groups of noble fluencers and their AIs were sort of fighting each other over exploring NARM when the Civil War broke out. That went hot, you know, and it went from sort of a Cold War or jostling for space to just a shootout. So most of these ships are dead, and most of them look a certain way. You know, I think squid-like and red and dark and knife-like in different shapes. You come across one that is sort of a prism of what looks like quicksilver. It is just reflective. It's sort of a shard. It sort of looks like it changes subtly out of the corner of your eye. It seems like it'd be made of nanites that are always streaming and reconfiguring themselves far too small individually to see with an eye, whether human or pepper elf or Waiton. But you do see that this ship it looks pristine. It looks like it's on. And it does not seem to have been picked up by the current, so 62 years ago, company sensors, whereas the company had known about these various other wrecks of Late Tephnian frigates that shot each other up 5,000 years ago. So this looks like a healthy ship that would be able to do a lot of different things if you poked it. And players, you would know this ship to be Liquid Door or Gurn Kur. However, at this time, your characters just see a weird blob in space that did not show up on the company's dossier.
That one looks sufficiently weird. Why don't we try that one?
Can do. You want me to just say hi, or am I going to get thrown in?
Can you just say hi?
I don't know. Curves, are you throwing me in? Are we going in, or should I say hi first?
Say hi, and
Oh.
then we'll see. Just in case it doesn't work, and yeah.
Do you want Rooster to jack in to burn grit on this? This might be a lot of grit, but she'll do it. I'm leaving it to the group in part since I normally GM, so I'm not gonna, I'm gonna let you guys kind of direct the NPCs here.
If she has another option, then maybe just seeing if it's awake and will respond at all would be good. And then if you need to burn grit to make it not kill us, that would be cool.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna roll a d12 plus 1, Jesse, and tell you the result. Just gonna do it in the NARM chat. I got a 2. I got a natural 1 plus 1. So Omega failure. Which
Give hope. I'll burn 6 grit. Reroll a failed roll. However, if you fail the roll again, there's a d6 penalty to a relevant attribute.
Excellent. Thanks. What does it look like when Ten Vineholder gives Rooster hope?
So, Rooster sort of looks to be trying to make contact, and Ten Vineholder just goes and sort of stands quite quietly next to them, puts their hand on their shoulder and says, "You've got this. It's okay."
Great. I got an 11. So I think this to me says Rooster and Ten Vineholder are cool. So even though Rooster seems a little scary, for whatever reason, we're friends. So, I'm working with Nettle Shield, and I get a channel opened to Liquid Door. So I don't know who is playing all these characters, but the Hulks are now able to talk to each other. And so basically I just turn out to my crew, and I'm like, hey, I think it can hear us.
Yeah, Liquid Door does not say anything. It seems like it is waiting to see what you say first.
Can it make a stiff works? Can you ask it? Isn't that what we're trying to do?
It's listening to everything. So I think by asking, can we ask it, we've asked it. And I think that's a great question. Yeah. Hey, what's up, ship? We are stuck moving at subliminal speeds. I mean, close to the liminal, but sub. Can you just throw us further down the Hellstraw so it's kind of more interesting? Although you're pretty interesting, to be fair. I don't know really what we're looking for, but
I would love it if you both, since you both spoke to Liquid Door, rolled charm.
that's a 5.
Two for me. I considered burning grit on this, but I don't think I wants to.
2 sounds about right for the way you came on.
What a stinker. What can I say?
So you do hear like a rumbling, like with the 5, you're not necessarily like getting a stiff works produced to you right now. You seek passage, correct?
Yeah. We're moving through NARM, and we're not able to go faster than light. So based on the drones, it looks like this thing just goes on for like literally light years. So I don't know if they're stiff work. You know what I'm talking about? That's what we call them, time-space gates. So like where we come from, they're kind of round, and these guys, she's sort of gesturing at like Tephnian, like the ship at the Nettle Shield. They made them. They made a bunch, but we can't make them. So if you could help us make them, it might cheats out to the team. Team questions for floating mystery ship.
What is your name, Wraith?
I believe I have been, they say nicknamed Liquid Door.
Is that how
Oh,
you would have us
awesome.
address you?
Door sounds like the right kind of thing. So great.
Sorry. She doesn't, it doesn't understand, but it opens to you. You can go inside the Hulk. It doesn't seem right now like it's threatening you.
As in, it's affixed to Liquid Door, and we can physically walk through, or it's open for for Nettle Shield, or for Nettle Shield to drive in.
Nettle Shield does not want anything to do with this. You're inside like a sort of pristine, strangely pristine, like space. It's not clear how to find your way around. But maybe somebody wants to do a reason check and see if there's anything worthwhile here.
I think Tint is trying to like gauge where we're at with this, new wraith that just spoke, and is like on the ready, looking out for things. So I'll pitch that that Tint is going to make this reason check. Cool. All right. I rolled a 5.
There's something here.
Okay. Something is not nothing.
Something is not nothing.
What kind of something? Maybe I can do something. Yeah. Tell me what you're thinking.
Well, without a 6th, I think you have a sense that there's something there, but maybe some of your comrades can help.
Okay, so I'm like checking the place out, and I'm like, okay, something's here. So I'm gonna turn back to the team and kind of whisper under my breath, as though that means something, is gonna be different about the way I communicate, and like whether the Liquid Door or Nettle Shield can pick it up, but like speak under my breath to the rest of the team, like, hey, there's got to be something here. I'm gonna like try to distract it. Do you think you can maybe go find it while I talk to this new wraith? I'll like keep it occupied. And then I'm going to use Speak with War Machines. And like draw the Liquid Door's attention away from the other 5. Maybe it hasn't noticed that there's 6 people inside of this Sepidin class.
Yeah, I think that's great. Can you read out Speak with War Machines just for everybody's benefit?
Yes, I can in 1 second. You are great at getting the attention of the ancientest machines. It says if you fail a hack or other tech-related check, I'm hoping this sort of fits. Roll a reason check. If you get a 7 or higher at no cost, you still failed to do exactly the thing you were trying to do, but you did successfully get something's attention.
I will burn 3 to give hope and give you an extra d6 on that roll.
Oh, sick. Thank you. So I roll d6 plus my reason. Cool. Maybe I'll just burn 3 grit also. We're going to fucking crush this. I got 10 on the dice plus my 3 grit, 13.
Okay. And this is a specific question. What's there? Or
This is really just, I'm trying to distract Liquid Door so that somebody else can go find out what's there and if they can get it.
sure. Great.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not
Does that work? I don't know.
I think that works. You're kind of charming her.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'll like wave the rest of the team in such a way, you know, like I'm leaning on the doorway, all cool, talking to the cop outside, like everybody else, you got this. Good luck.
Yeah, I was just marching right in there in his like big exosuit, just like poking. He's got like a long pole arm that he's taken out and is kind of just literally poking around, just looking for stuff, not being subtle about it, and just trusting the witness to do what she does.
So
Okay.
good.
I think I roll inside the, very subtly, trying to do my best to become the knight.
And with that resounding 13, you do.
Can I roll reason to look for stuff?
I would, in fact, love everybody to roll reason.
I am going to burn grit on this because this is something that he cares about.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question. My character sheet says that I have 50 grit total, but 46 current. Is that intentional?
That is intentional. Your exosuit automatically burns 4 grit every time you put it on.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Understood. Thank you.
Yep. I rolled a 1.
I'm going to use Wild Boost, which I have to declare before making a roll, and I have to burn grit to make up a success if I fail. So that is a 10 on the D10. So I don't need to burn anything. I hope.
I rolled a 6 plus 4, so I also got a 10.
Okay, so we have 2 10s, a 1 and a 5.
I also got a natural 1, despite having great reason and knowing a lot about technology. So I think Rooster is trying to immediately hack into Liquid Door to do something else, which may or may not help in the meta here, but roll the 1.
Yeah.
So, Jesse, just for like full clarification, Harry's power will succeed. It succeeds because Tenvine Holder used Wild Boost. It just might cost extra grit.
And
right?
that's on how, or sorry, Tenvine Holder rolled that on himself, right? Or
yes, so it's on the check that you make yourself. Whenever you aren't sure if you'll succeed at an important check, you may call for a Wild Boost, roll normally. If the results are 1, you fail. Any other results are success, but you have to burn grit equal to the difference between the difficulty of the check and the result. So if the difficulty is above 10, I am compelled to burn that much grit to make it up.
Got it. I think this would be like a 10 difficulty. You do it. You like kind of like find Nemeth. You know, you sort of start sensing where something is hidden. It's not really within like the wires and the way that that move works, but the space you're in is you can sense that it's not your typical kind of space, and you can find what you're looking for. However, 2 of your party members just rolled ones, and so I think we're going to learn about the dangers of being inside a Hulk, unfortunately. Or it could just be an inconvenience. You could be separated. Maybe that's easier. What happens, Rooster and Laura, when you...
I think I know what happens to Rooster is she stumbles into a different hallway because Liquid Door, as we know, is always changing. And so it opens up. She hacks into it. It allows her to hack in, probably, because it's curious about these people who are sort of like the creators of the ship, but sort of not. And she ends up in a pool of glowing, what look like fireflies that begin to coalesce, and she's sort of standing in like a swampy water of quicksilver that begins to stab into her. And I think this is the origin of her slow wasting nanite disease, is this moment.
Instead of the impeccable role I wanted to perform, I just kind of fumbled around, turned on my collar on the music that started blasting. It was Sean Paul. Nobody expected that, and it was very loud and very bad as well. So I knew that my friends did not actually expect Curves to listen to that kind of music. So here I was, like, kind of rolling still, trying to turn it off, obviously turning the volume up, attracting any types of beasts that would be around, and probably rolling around towards where Rooster was in the same chamber as the one she arrived in. So yeah, so much for temperature.
All right,
Okay.
I think something has happened now. The attention of Liquid Door is, eventually Tint is going to run out of time, and comes over on everybody's comms and says, "Hey, it's time to get out. Did we find it? We got to go." So let's get like one last action at the Liquid Door as everybody tries to escape. What would each of you try to do?
He has been looking for stuff, but his job is also to keep his team safe. And he kind of looks up and clocks that a couple of his team members have wandered away, and especially team leader, and their ticket to get literally anywhere at any time at any point. So he's going to go find Rooster and help her get out.
Yeah, I mean, I go with you, and I'm just feeling the needles. It feels like millions of little needles, like somewhere between acupuncture, tattoo, and like being stabbed, with like an insulin, injection just over and over again, as the sunk needle nanites investigate me and somehow decide to like bond with me. And maybe it is Liquid Door figuring out that humans are no longer really compatible with their own furniture in the way that they were 5,000 years ago. They can't just pick up and put down clouds of metal, essentially, I mean, organic and inorganic compounds, whatever, but little robots flowing through them. And so I've sort of just been poisoned, even though now I can probably do some useful stuff. Who knows? But I just slump off with you.
I will pick up Rooster under one arm with the exosuit as she's kind of incapacitated by the pain and disorientation, and just head back towards the group, saying over the comms, Akil, we need you now.
Yeah, and Akil will run to you and pick you both up because she's super strong, and wants to save everybody. And then shout back to, keep wanting to say Hell, 10 vine holder. Did you get it?
So what did we get for the 10 reason rolls?
So you got something that you would probably want to hand over to Rooster. But it's a tack map that Banshees would immediately recognize.
I think it's used the nanite connection to probe my brain for what I think, because we asked for a door, so I think it's kind of given us a door in the way it thinks it would, which would probably be like a weird, maybe like a kind of like a weird D8. But I think because we're used to getting them from the archive printed out on flat pieces of paper as like strings of numbers or like math, it's like made a D8 that's been smeared into like a pancake. So it's like a metal pancake with numbers on it and spikes. And I think it takes Rooster a second to be like, I think it's given us a Stiffworks we can go to. Not here. We asked for one deep into NARM. So I think that's where this is going to take us. But we need to get back to the Godown to like use it. Also, I think I've been poisoned. I love my job. I think she like passes out at that point. Onto
Can 10 vine holder make some kind of medical check as a peer? I've got the regenerate power, but that's for HP specifically.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Rooster is losing HP though. I think Rooster has suffered a probably permanent debility or something. How would you describe it, Wade?
I would describe it as smash cut. We're somewhere else, and yeah, she's disfigured and growing more and more metallic and red as the nanites in her blood interact, and she's basically turned her skin like a dull red. But it is, at this point, probably not as bad as it will slowly become. And giving her like kind of metallic, like squarish veins on top of her skin. Kind of like she's becoming like a PS1 character, like with some glitch textures happening.
And Akil is like, "Oh, you're just like me. Is that where I came from?"
But yeah, Jesse, do you want to cut to we've already gone through the Stiffworks?
Yeah, so I assume you take everyone through the Stiffworks immediately. You don't go back to the Godown.
No, we have to go back to the Godown to go
Okay.
through. So as we know in canon, the Ambachters tacked the Stiffworks that the archive had made in the Godown, so that it would lead to wherever this tack map leads. And it led really far, like literally light years away. So it is still a NARM, but it is not a place you could like get to otherwise. Which we've seen actually in the last stream we saw 62 years later. But this is the first time as far as I know, the first time any humans or Waitons have been here. But we don't know. Maybe who knows, Jesse, what you'll reveal.
Yeah. So in a sense, mission accomplished. The company wanted you to go really far into NARM. You're really far into NARM now. You figured out a way to get there. you're seeing this area that is, again, still littered with hulks. Some are like shattered. You see the twisting braid of the lash. It looks like NARM, but there are sort of skittering things that are hard to look at. In fact, everybody roll D-Will.
Six.
Tint got a 7.
An 8 for 10-pine holder.
A 1, of course.
Okay, Rooster, you are very unnerved. You're like trying to tell everybody, I'm not sure about this. I know what I'm always saying. Let's go do the thing, or whatever I always say. But I don't know. Curves, you are like, you are not passed out, but you are like kind of bowled over by this horrible nausea, and slightly incapacitated. And I would say lose D4 grit, which you're pretty high level characters, so.
Okay, I have 46 left, so I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I could have made that a little more impactful. I forgot. Level 1 character anymore.
But I think we're looking around here, and Tint is kind of trying to check in with everybody, just make sure everybody's looking good, and notices that Curve's taken, something, affected their physiology, kind of like shook them, and wants to go check in and say, hey, Curvy Wing Sailor, what happened? Do you feel okay?
Well, obviously I don't. I feel like, oh God. I felt like when I was a child, and it was, no, I mean, I'm not gonna go into much detail, but no, what, I have an anti-nausea thing on my, and yet, terrible day to be alive today, and I still haven't had snacky snacks, so I feel I want to expulse things, and yet I'm hungry, so it's just the worst.
And Tint kind of like ruffles through. I've got some snacks. What would you like? And also kind of tries to probe. I don't understand the health science, but could that have been anything? What did you feel related to? I'm sorry that this is probably insensitive to ask.
Like, no, go ahead. Go. Be more specific, even. Please.
Oh, well, do you think that there was the health science that made you feel ill or uncomfortable?
Probably the weird. Yeah, I mean, weird sciences and that kind of things are always to blame when I feel bad. Not the drugs, nothing like my questionable choices in life, but yeah, I mean, probably that and the fact that I rolled around in the room full of things that made Rooster kind of Sick probably did not help much. So yeah. Well,
Comes back from like taking a brief walk around the perimeter with his carbine. Is like, can you just hold the therapy until we've been here for more than 5 minutes and have looked to see if there's anything out there that will kill us? Like, you can have this conversation later.
Oh. Yeah, you got it. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Gotta
and
make
also,
sure
can
we're
you be
safe.
like a tiny bit more quiet?
Sorry. Yes.
Thank you.
I like being noisy, so but
Okay,
I understand.
But don't.
Yeah. Sure.
Hey, what are those skittering things about?
You want to take a look? This is going to be
Yeah.
a reason roll, not a will roll this time. The will was to see if it made you uncomfortable to see them.
Reason? Cool. Since we went back to the Godown, have I been able to recover pool?
No.
Okay. I will take +3 to that roll. Reason. That's a 6 + 4, so 10.
So you are seeing like it's flashing in and out kind of against the side of NARM, like the wall of NARM. Something flicking in and out of your like perception, and that's why it was nauseating for some folks to behold. And it also seems to be going in and out of like something's going in and out of like you almost want to say that there's like a hole, but that doesn't make any sense. This is a big old rock. There isn't a hole in it, but sometimes it does seem to be there.
What the fuck is going on? Hey, Brewster, do you know of any... I'm going to regret this so much. Do you know of any, like, math stuff that's about things existing and not existing at the same time? And I mean
So
this
many.
so seriously. 50 words or less. No, 25 words or less.
Oh, it's like a haiku. You want to learn advanced mathematics in the form of a haiku.
Go on.
She says what sounds like a randomly generated series of words. She says like set, streaming, mountain, 6, Pascal, tubes, polynomial, fission, and then just like drops the mic, like laughs and steps away, and is like, I'm gonna go look over here.
At least there was a nature word in there, so I guess that technically counts.
And Akil was like, yeah, exactly.
I just can't with you people.
Maybe you should try some of the products I have in my satchel that would help you understand maths on this level of cognition, because I'm fairly sure that I have had a vision one day that was like what they just said, like that was exactly that.
I'm going to be so real with you now. I do not want whatever they're on or whatever you're on. Like, no, thank you.
Sure, you never know. Come ask me.
I know. I'm sure.
Okay.
I think Tint is like on the ready. She's about to use the power smooth over just to make sure everybody's good.
Is just on edge because they're somewhere new and his team is never cautious enough because they get excited about cool things to talk to and look at. And I think it's probably almost killed them multiple times and he's just really over it.
Yeah. So what does Tint do after making sure everybody, aside from maybe who's like having none of it, is feeling okay about their current situation? What does she do to assess?
I think, kind of everybody's sort of off doing their own little task that sort of fit together. But Tint's little task in that array is to just talk to everybody, one-on-one, make sure, like, I could go ask Rooster for you to do this thing so that you don't have to, like, ask the hard question because it's going to be uncomfortable for you. You know what I mean? Like, just check in. Hey, Akil, like, if there's anything you need me to do, maybe I can help out.
Yeah, she passes you a note.
A note? What does the note say?
Don't read it.
Oh, I'll keep this. When should I read it? Should I give it to somebody else? I'm confused.
She gives you no instructions.
And Tint just looks forlorn for a second, I guess, and then goes and talks to Rooster. Hey, so seems like we got to the place. Do you know anything about the Stiffworks we came through? Or like where we are?
No and no. We got those instructions, and as you know from the long description I gave you,
right,
that you told me to stop giving you at some point, it was really difficult to decode, like really, really difficult. Yeah. But I left crystal clear instructions behind so other people could do it in the future. So now we know how to use that thing that I was told about, and now we can get through here.
Great.
But where is this? I don't, she like kind of taps her helmet and is like forcing herself to like look again at everything and is like, we're in NARM still, I'm pretty sure.
That's
pretty
good.
Sure.
Okay. Cool. Were you able to learn anything about the Stiffworks on this side?
I mean, no. But it works. Do you want to try to go back? I don't know if that's equally hard or if it's like less hard because we already came through.
Oh, we could just when leave. We're ready.
Oh, okay,
we don't have
sure.
to.
Yeah, we probably have time, right? It's not like it's going to stop working. That would be so weird. Hey, waiting friends. What if like we just couldn't ever get back and we just lived here now? That would suck, huh? Like what would we do? We'd get like an auto injector in our suits to just feed us nutrient mush for like an indefinite amount of time. I mean, I guess you'd be fine. Like you just need to like, I don't know, get some UV light or something. I don't know how you work, but
yeah, it'd be fine except for that I probably would have like killed you all at that point. But it'd be I guess.
Well, good thing
I'd
that'll
probably
never
find
happen.
Stuff to do.
Yeah.
Of some description.
You'd crochet.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a math thing.
Oh God, no wonder. Yeah, but that's never going to happen. This stuff has been working for centuries. It always works. Right?
Yeah, 10-point holder says, yeah, come on, let's explore. Let's have this morbid chat about being stranded. Come on now.
Yeah, absolutely. Tint, let's go. Tint?
Tint? Where's Tint, guys? She like Tint was just here.
It's like they're maths. Sometimes they're here, sometimes they're not. So I guess Tint did the same. Like it's an actual demonstration. Like it's like they're showing us to be here and not to be here. But yeah, no, Tint's not here. So yeah.
I wants to use reconnoiter. Am I saying that right? I feel like it's French or something. Anyway, I wanted to spend 4 grit and just figure out what the fuck is happening. I think that's what the book says, word for word. Spend 4 grit and learn what the fuck is happening.
That's what it means in French, right? I think Laura may be able to confirm that literally, etymologically.
I didn't catch the word, but
Probably because I pronounced it wrong.
I'm gonna write it in the chat, but we're guessing it means figure out what the fuck is happening. But yeah, so what is that mechanically, Jennifer? You're gonna walk around.
Oh yeah. So basically, I have to spend some number of rounds. I think probably it isn't unusual for Tint to just wander off to go find something to talk to. So this isn't an unusual situation, and so he doesn't panic immediately. But I can spend, so I burn 4 grit and then spend X number of rounds equal to your level or lower studying a situation. You learn the layout of a structure or character of the situation, who is there and how they are armed. So basically what he wants to do is walk around and look for her and try to figure out like what things are around here that she's found to talk to, which is what he assumes is happening. It says applies to physical layouts rather than the dispositions of sapiens. So literally walk around and see what's around in the area.
Let me know if this sounds like the incorrect interpretation of how reconnoiter would work here. But I think what you find is no Tint.
Any sign of anything, like any creatures, any, like, are there footprints? Like,
No.
is there any sign of her? She's just like disappeared into thin air.
She's disappeared.
As if she like left a call or something.
As if the blinking that you saw had something to do with her blinking away.
Well, we should probably go back and report this. Maybe get some help now that we've established a permanent link between the Beyond Ring, or I guess, I don't know what that is. Wherever this place is, I'm just going to call it the Beyond, and the Godown.
You just want to leave? Okay, fine, whatever. She'll be fine.
No, I mean, like, we need to find a thinger finder, person finder.
A person finder. Can one of you guys do something about that?
Yeah, instead of wasting time, I think I'll just requisition one and get them to send us one here.
A person finder?
Yeah, a scanner. A doohickey.
Yeah, I love the idea that you ask the company to have already thought to have sent you a way to find a missing void miner, which is really funny that they would send you on a mission having already known you're going to lose someone.
and bothered to give you a doohickey rather than just let them disappear.
This just reinforces my assertion that this is not the first time that this has happened. This is a regular occurrence for this group of people.
Well, it's one of the problems of going through time-space gates. The time part often presents, yeah, so okay, we're requisitioning a way, like a metal detector, but for lost sapiens.
Yeah.
Like a meat detector.
So that will be a burn 2 grit and roll reason. If I succeed, I establish a link and begin talking. What's the success threshold?
I'm sorry, what is this move you're doing?
Requisition. It's a factor power standard. Contact the company using your Tachyon Lantern, 2 grit and roll reason. If you succeed, you establish a link and begin talking next round. If you fail, you may try again next round at no penalty. If you are in an Enigma drone or the Escher-esque, you must roll a 9 or higher. I don't think we are. The Co can't often help, but they can often answer basic questions and send things up to 20 grams in mass. You're on mute there, Jesse.
So this works in the sense that you get something. You get something from the company. I would love to hear your vision, Harry, of what this people finder looks like.
So I think it's just a small sort of scanner thing that you point at things and it go beep. And it go beep more when there's people. The closer there are people to where you're pointing it.
Okay. And you like set it to tint.
Absolutely.
Again, not the first time.
Yeah, roll. I'm gonna make you roll reason to use this, even though it works because this is a weird thing that's happening.
That's cool. Reason, that is a 5 on the D10.
Yeah. No tint binks.
Shame.
Well, which way?
It's unclear from the readings. I think we should. We should
unclear
perhaps.
How? Like, doesn't it just tell us which way to go? Which way do we go?
It's not the most useful, I have to say. I'm not sure that it's up to the task, or I'm not sure that tint is close enough for it to work.
She was
Hard to
just
say.
here. How far is she? Okay.
I don't know what to tell you. I think we should split up and look for fan out in a radial pattern.
What
I
is
love
everybody
radial patterns. I'd start doing whatever I think it means to fan out in a radial pattern on my own, which I think just means walking in a spiral through the depths of NARM.
Yeah, and Akil will just sort of like start drawing perfect fractals around her face, as like in time with Rooster's movements.
Just everyone stay on comms and check in every couple of minutes. We don't know if whatever took her caused her to disappear still out there, so just do what you're gonna do.
What happens when we try her comm? When we try to contact the comm?
Doesn't work. You can try it. It's not going to work. So is everybody? Are we doing a five-way split here, or are we having teams? What does everybody want to do?
Okay, I have a vision. I cloak myself, and then I hurl myself through space to wherever she is, and then I try and figure it out. How does that sound? Yay me, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you. Is that a roll or is that
That's going to be a lot of confusing rolls, and I'm fairly sure that my pool of critical failures is not over yet. Let me just check how I cloak first. Should I? Yeah, I roll something to cloak, right? Yeah, that's just one grid. And then I will. No, I just need to. No, I do need to roll something for throwing myself out there, thinking about where she's at, and then rent space. And I wonder if it's not non, c'est ouais, c'est ça. I must make a difficult reason check to pass, and yeah. I'll roll the 3, so I can be fully cloaked, but gosh darn it, I'm definitely not going to be good at hurling myself through space to an unknown destination.
So this doesn't work. The two. Sorry, I got turned around with the
Yeah.
two next. There's a. Okay.
Yeah, no, it didn't work. I must make a difficult reason check to succeed. So I am cloaked. I am the knight, technically, but I just maybe I just jump and that's it. And yep, still where I was.
But technically the knight. So.
Sorry, I'm just confused. What reason check did you fail? What was that? What power was that for?
It was for rend space.
I think that's only if you need to make. That's only if you're taking more than your level targets with you. Otherwise, it just works. You don't need to make a check to use it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, perfect.
Sorry.
No. No need to apologize. I was just. Thanks, Harry. However, so what does it look like when you hurl through space?
I focus real hard on Tint, on the image I have of her in my mind, which is kind of not that great because I'm a little nauseous and, hungover, but and I hop through space in my mind to Tint, to her.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully I will get there, and I'll know it when I open my eyes and Tint's here and I will save her and be the hero I am in my mind.
You are a hero. You open your eyes and there is and there is Rooster and there is Ten Vine Holder and there is a Keel.
Yay.
You gonna do something or what?
In my mind, I did do something and it was awesome. In real life, maybe
You did.
It was not so much a success as a failure, but I still tried.
Well, that's what counts, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna stick a little sticker like a gold star on my plate of armor. Sorry.
Okay. Well, any other bright ideas?
Perhaps if we can find another wraith nearby, they may be able to help us search at a larger scale.
We didn't get blown up or liquefied down into constituent atoms last time, so I'm sure it'll be fine this time too.
Any sign of wraiths around? Any checks we need to make to look for them?
Go on, Wythe.
I was going to say in the distance, don't we see a small wraith far in the distance, but visible down further into NARM, walking along the bottom, the outside? Is that Jesse? Is that true?
That's what I was going to say. It's about. I think it's the size of it's small. It's like 2 buses long or something. Very, very small for a wraith. Seems to be meandering as much as a wraith can meander.
I see that wraith over there looks promising. Perhaps we should head there and see if it can aid us in our search.
Yeah, just keep your eyes peeled on the way, I guess, and maybe everybody stay close in visual range.
I'm gonna stay back by the stiffworks here and just continue the radial search around the stiffworks, but also just in case we need to get back.
I mean, it doesn't help us for you to be able to get back if we're not with you.
It helps me.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well,
And that helps the company. I'm just saying, look, if it kills you all, then I'd like to go back and be like, this is what happened. Tint is missing.
but you won't
Is
fucking
dead.
know what happened, would you?
Well,
Because
if
you will be
there's
there.
I mean, if I see what looks like a small nuclear
I mean,
explosion,
fine,
in the
just stay
distance.
here and do some maths or whatever. Find a stick, make some equations. We'll be back.
Look,
If you
calm
find a
down,
stick-
look.
He's walking away.
Tint may return here, so it makes sense for someone to stay behind.
Thank you.
I'll stay behind to keep you company.
Thanks, Akil.
Great.
Yeah, 2 groups. Stay behind group to protect the Stiffworks, what we just found out about, that we may need to go back through in order to tell our bosses what's happening and get more people, finder equipment, etc. You go talk to Dangerous Distant Thing. We'll come back and meet up, okay? Sounds
How
like a plan.
exactly are we going to talk to it? You're the talking to ships person.
Okay, fine. Akil, you stay here, I guess. I guess I'm following.
Let's go.
Yay.
Burning starlight.
I wish Tint were here to smooth the friction. Although with a look to our... sorry, I forgot my character's name. Ten Vine Holder. Ten Vine Holder says, and perhaps you could generate a little less.
Why? This is a dangerous situation. One of us is gone, and I don't see why I should be okay with any of this.
Well, perhaps if we work together, we can get her back.
Yeah, well, working together would be brilliant, wouldn't it? Let's just go.
Let's go. And starts walking. Ten Vine Holder starts heading towards the ship, walking at quite a fast pace and gesturing for the others to follow.
Yeah, let's head out.
I'm following along.
Go make a friend. Sorry, that's not me. I think you should be really proud of me that I am suppressing my, I like talking to wraithsness as hard as I possibly can. I'm working really hard at it. Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. We go forward. I think I'm immediately just trying to talk to it. I'm just hailing it on comms. I'm like on a walkie-talkie and then pulling out like the equivalent of like a cheap smartphone, comm from the company, an archivally made, just like mini computer, and opening all of the different, transfer protocols I can, and just like doing like a hello world at it, like whatever the standard way to talk to a Late Tephnian war machine, and being like, my friend said to say hello, please don't kill us, is the hello world. That's like the standard thing you say. My friend says you're cool. We're not part of insert the faction you don't like 5,000 years ago.
Okay. Welcome, ship. What should we call you?
Jesse?
I think we're having a technical thing. Sorry. That I don't know how to fix.
Oh, sorry. Did you want me to add? Sorry.
Greetings, voidminers. You say hello, world? This is a strange world. You may call me Shusudari Abgal. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
We're supposed to give like our ranks, but everyone just calls me Rooster. And this one just uses their name. They refuse to use a human pronounceable name, so it's just like a machine noise. They can do it for you, and you can understand it though. And then the big bugs have names that are like metaphor poems. So like again, it's not going to translate What are we calling it? Shoes?
Shusudari Abgal. My hunger never ends. Magic. I don't know. I can't. This languages that you're speaking.
I don't know. I'm just getting Tephnian. I think it's saying something about eating. It's hungry. Let's just go back.
Wait, the ship is going to eat us? What's happening?
Look, I show the readout of the Late Tephnian on the comm. And it's coming out in Sean Connery's voice, but in Sumerian, but in the future.
I can't find it at the moment, but I'm almost certain I don't read Late Tephnian, so it doesn't
I definitely
matter.
don't. Yeah.
Oh, it may not say. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't think our pregens do. But probably one of us should, actually. So that might be an oversight on our part.
Yeah, Akilv does, but
Akilv
she's, back there.
I start running back to Akilv with the only things I've heard so far, whatever Ryan just said. Like, greetings, nice to meet you. My name is... I eat stuff. It sounds scary. I run back to get it translated. And just abandon the others.
No, don't...
Hello? And I think those of you who are still there's no atmosphere here, but the resonation that Shusudari Abgal is trying to contact you with resonates the blackstone surface of Narm, and tiny pebbles jitter across the surface as it tries different frequencies, trying to contact you.
Anna is going to get on the comms to Rooster. What the fuck is happening? Where did you go?
I went
It's
to get
vibrating the ground.
I went to get the translation. It seemed dangerous.
Can't you just call her?
Well, I wanted to show... I mean, I don't... What if I say it wrong? I'm communicating a written thing, and I have I guess I have an audio recording. Okay, I stop running halfway and play the audio recording up to... So it's like going through the Atmo... You know what I mean? Like, it sounds distorted. So it's Late Tephnian into my head through the walkie.
Oh, yeah. It sounds friendly.
I start running back.
And then Akil was like, wait, why are you speaking Late Tephnian?
This is why every team needs a linguist. This is why. This is why. This is it.
This whole episode is just an ad for linguists. Linguistics, the social science.
No, but
Get a witness.
That's great. We can understand the Chouchouderi boudoir super well. I'm very happy to be here. I don't see why you say that kind of things, huh?
Listen.
What?
What do we want to do about this thing? Are we asking it? The last one just gave us immediately what we asked for. I'm just saying.
I think we should ask it to help search for our missing companion.
We could ask for anything, and you're like, let's bring back Tent? I mean, okay, fine. Let's bring back the witness.
I mean, you're assuming we can ask for anything. It's not a fucking genie, is it?
No,
What,
but
it
I
gonna,
mean,
like,
it's an
manifest...
advanced war machine. Like, what do you want? Just say something else. Maybe we ask for two things. Our friend and...
And what?
Snacks?
No!
I love that idea. Snacks, answers to riddles, like, theorems we can't prove or disprove.
There are so many ships in between here and there that you can ask for the answers to math problems.
We're really far out, though, so it might know more.
Why?
Yeah, we'll ask first for Tent.
Great.
Listen,
write
into the
I just don't want to do the paperwork. You're the one who has to do the fucking paperwork if we lose a crew member.
I write in, my friend does not want to do paperwork. Please locate our companion who's gone missing, and then offer a description of a provincial who has still some holdover of like medieval features, having been born on Kavarat, who also has some visible like redness, like overly red eyes, etc., from having the blood. And I'm like, where is this person? Like, they were just standing with us. There is no way they could have been transported elsewhere. Where are they? Can you see them, please?
Yeah. So after sort of regarding, what you're asking for, it only takes a second. Something's happening before like any communication happens on the channels that you previously used, but there's like some like feeling of like flashes of light. Maybe it's like doing LiDAR to see, detect what you're looking for. And then eventually, a few seconds go by. It's like a, laser light show in a planetarium, maybe. And then the voice comes back onto your comms, Sumerian Sean Connery. And he says, this person, she is here, but not now. You're the five of you. There are five. One or two here, one or two there, near each other. The sixth one near you, but not now. Another time. Does that answer your question?
I play it, and then I also give commentary, so it's like listening to a podcast where they play bits of audio and then talk about it. So I like play it and stop. And I'm like, check out the way this is translating the Sumerian. The accent that the AI is giving it is sick. So yeah, Tinta's not here, but is here, but not now. That seems pretty clear.
It sounds like there was some kind of time-space effect in the area. Can you ask it when tint is and how and if we can get there?
The technical term is time fuckery, but yes, I think I can translate to the scientific jargon it'll understand. At this point, I think it would be very hard without actually having a language in common, but I am trying to ask it in very specific terms, like in physical terms, like where is our friend? Like when and where is our friend? Using like some description of, I don't know, many dimensional space and manifolds, and I don't myself know, but I know that one can describe things this way.
Heaven
Like
knows
cones.
has heard enough talk about how maths is the most beautiful and poetic language of the universe that requires no translation across time and space. Blah blah blah. Yeah. All right, where is she?
Yeah, you get basically math back, but the math that you get is like a very specific walking path through the woods, sort of across the way. It says, go out into the woods, walk 30 paces, turn right, walk, a quarter of a mile, look north and walk backwards, and on and on and on. It would take a week of walking to follow its directions.
I write out in Late Tephnian, I think I know enough to do this one. Move, and then modal form, like can, and then interrogative glyph. Like, can
yes.
you take us?
Get inside me.
All right, team, what do we think? Trap? Not trap.
It is so fucking too late for that now. It is so much too late for that.
No, we just walk back. We can walk back to the Stiffworks or jog back casually. Like, oh, hi, I forgot a thing. I have to go back away from you.
Oh, and outrun the warship.
No, I mean we lie to it and then run back, jog back. It doesn't know jogging. Does it know jogging? Do you know enough about Tephnian hegemony? Did they jog still? With all the nanites, did they need to jog? Fuck. I should have paid attention.
Ever, honestly. I mean, Akil said it seemed friendly. That's better than most of the race that we've talked to. So if we have, we should go get her.
Yeah, Tenfine Holder says, I don't want to do the paperwork for a missing voidminer. And also, I've got a good feeling about this ship. I say we go in.
Curves, are we unanimous? Other than me, as usual?
I mean, if we can't reach Tint by just waiting here until we get to the proper time frame where Tint's at, that makes a lot of sense, then, I mean, we can just get there the way you proposed and yeah, be happy about it, be kind of... But I would have liked if we could just wait here and oh well.
Curves has a lot to say there. We could just wait and see how long the time loop is. I guess the downside is, what if the loop takes like 80 years in our subjective experience, like 80 Terrasol standard years of like standing. So I guess getting in a thing, if we don't think it's a trap, would cut down on that time. If it'll kind of get us a shortcut somehow spatially through that time. Other than we'll be in the future, like if we go back, all our friends are dead, back on Spindle. I guess we don't know.
I don't have any friends.
It's weird.
Let's not think about it, Rooster.
Kind of what we're paid to think. Okay, fine. I think she just goes toward the ship and is like, ship, open. Shit. They don't have a glyph for please. They have a lot of emoji. She's like scrolling through pages of Late Tephnian emoji. What do you think the one for please is?
Is there one for kick down the door?
There are so many that look like they would be appropriate for that. I think
just
some
send
of them...
all of those.
Okay, orgy invitation, different skin tones. Orgy invitation, I brought food.
Perfect.
I can maybe do a little interpretive dance to the door so that it knows like that we're friendly and that we're thanking it through my physical prowesses. That could be nice for Chouchou de Boudoir.
We all do our non-threatening wiggle dance. Our we're just Teletubbies. We're not like representatives of a space company here to plunder your ancient technologies.
I mean, this is up to Ryan, but I think VW is just sort of like willing to let you in, but is enjoying the show.
Absolutely. Just like totally baffled by all of this, but hasn't seen any sentient beings for 5,000 years and is delighted. And booms again when you enter. It produces a little atmosphere for you. Welcome. I lost my Sean Connery voice. Hello again, friends. New friends. We go into the forests.
Yeah, I got. Take us to our friend, please. Oh, right, there's no please. Take us to our friend. Invitation to orgy. I brought snacks. Interrogative.
Yeah, and the engines were up, and the nanite technology of this itty bitty Tephnian war machine fires up, and you launch into the superimposed forests, and Shusudari Abgal does not have any like protective subroutines to make it comfortable. Can everyone please make a move check?
It's a 5 for
I rolled a 1, but I have a +1, so yay me.
7+1.
Oh, that's pretty good. I rolled a third natural 1 in a row. I don't know that the E dice are fans of Rooster.
I heard a couple of 1s and something that wasn't a 1, but I don't. Did I hear 5? Wait, who all
5.
went in with? Sorry, I got lost. 5, 7, 8.
8.
Okay. Did Akil go? Did she roll?
No, she's standing by a tree waiting for Rooster was just like,
Gotcha. Well, then I think A and Ten Vine Holder have caught on. They, sort of cushion the blow and take D6 damage. But Curves and Rooster have turned into paste at the back of the passenger area of this Late Tephnian war machine. It's a good thing that Rooster has the nanite blood, and it slowly starts to reconstruct her body. But let's see. Curves, make a 12 plus will to resist other check, please.
You have grit to burn.
Can I burn 9 grit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I'm fairly sure I'm going to need it. I rolled a 3, which is better than a 1, but what else?
Just enough. Your insides are sloshing, and your chitinous carapace exoskeleton cracks in a few places where the width of your body is the largest. And you are going to need some serious medical attention, but you are not dead yet. Meanwhile, you arrive when Tint is at the edge of the superimposed forests. However, there is also an enormous hole in the side of NARM, and you see the ruins of a small encampment, which was built up probably many years ago at this point. The stars beyond the hole of this, within NARM, shining light through, and there are just a lot of eyes among the stars perceiving you, and without any real explanation, this Late Tephnian war machine goes back, retraces its steps, and then as you arrive back in your original time, it apologizes. That was too dangerous. I should not have taken you there.
and with that, shall we take a break?
Sure, yeah. So we're gonna break. So we're back without Tint, still in the past, 62 years in the past. We're gonna take a little break. So we'll be back on stream. Let's say it's almost 4 now, so we'll say by. Can we do 4:10? Is that reasonable? And GMs, do you want to shoot some messages to the players in the meantime and just get anyone prepped, let anyone know what's going to happen for the back half? But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for playing. We will be back with a different half. It's a different ballgame. See you in 10. Hello, hello. This is Wythe. I'm just hopping back on to do a little short promo bit before the players return. So we're taping this on August 17th and streaming it, and thanks to everybody who's watching. Just wanted to say thanks again to our players and GMs, and if you're interested, you can join our Discord and play games with us. We play Stillfleet. We also play our other games, Blister Critters, Danse Macabre, Medieval Horror Role-Playing, and our high fantasy game, the Sometimes Kingdom RPG, which is very much being playtested. And we have free games on Wednesday nights called Weird Wednesdays. So Wednesday is 6:30 p.m. Eastern. We have our NARM games on Sunday afternoons, Eastern time. And then we are also doing some other odd things here and there. We have a new sort of college themed, like what if you're a voidminer cadet and you're just learning to be a space marine who will hate their job, series called Stillfleet, also with Ryan. And shout out to Vex, who's been pretty active in our games. And yeah, we're also always just happy to chat with players who are running home games, maybe have questions or want to pitch ideas or share maps or character art, anything like that. So check out discord.stillfleet.com if you want to head on over and join us. Hey, Ryan.
Hi, White.
Yeah, and that's it. So that's one promo. The other promo is we have a big campaign about to launch. So if you haven't seen our latest full game using the grid system, very different than Stillfleet, but I think very fun. It's Danse Macabre Medieval Horror Role-Playing. I'll put the link in the chat, but it's very easy to find. You can go to Kickstarter and just look it up, or go to stillfleet.com/danse, DANSE, like the French style. And it is set in 1390, so not as far along in the timeline as now. But yeah, we're going to return soon to actually playing this game. So I saw Laura had popped in briefly, but when everybody's ready, if you can turn cameras on or otherwise let me know. And I'm going to turn it back over to Ryan and Jesse. When last we were here, I believe there was a crew of voidminers called the Ambachters in a little ship called Shudsdaridabgal or something. Ryan can do it. And we were sailing around time. Not that far in space, but around time, in a sort of seemingly organic forest on the bottom, the interior edge of NARM, very, very far from the Godown, so many light years from it. And we were looking for a lost companion, our witness, Tent.
I guess from the perspective of those on this small Late Tephnian war machine, you experienced another time near this forest briefly, but it was very existentially dangerous in the perception of this war machine, and he took you back. He said, "No, thank you very much," and put you back where he found you. Your friend still seems to be gone, and I think maybe I'll hand it over to Jesse to sort of tie up what happened in the Beyond Ring 62 years ago.
Well, so you're with VW still. He's sort of taking you back to the Nettle Shield, I guess. And
No, not to the Nettle Shield. Nettle Shield's not there.
sorry,
To the Stiffworks.
I'm getting myself turned around.
Yeah.
Stiffworks. So Rooster, you want to go and head and attack it?
Yeah, if we're back, so we don't find Tent, and we're still in our present, back at the Stiffworks. Try to use the Stiffworks. Nothing happens. No visible change. Try again. Game-wise, burn a shitload of grit. Nothing happens.
Anytime, no Rooster. We don't have time for this.
It was tricky coming here, but I thought going back, because it's the same thing, you just add... It's not actually like adding a minus symbol, negative, but it's kind of like that. But Okay, let me try something else. I ask the machine also. I ask Cabal to help us. And I don't... It doesn't matter, right? Whatever it does. Ryan, you can say some nonsense in its voice, but nothing happens.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference. Yeah, not for lack of trying. Obviously, you're going to try everything you can. But what actually occurred is sort of a phenomenon across known space that the company is experiencing on Spindle and all of its provinces at the same instant everywhere. The tack quake, the Groot tack quake, no stiff works are operable for the next 22 years.
I guess we live here now?
Are you kidding me? What do you mean, no?
I mean, no, I'm not. You asked a yes or no question. I'm answering you in a respectful fashion.
I mean, it's going to work tomorrow? Like, what do you mean it doesn't work?
Well, I don't know, but it's not me. It's not. We're not doing it wrong. I look up at the now. I'm friends with the ship, even though I still think it's probably going to butcher us in our sleep. No, it's not. No, it's not working. I don't know why it worked to come here. It should work going back. It's an AB type of an unknown origin, of course, but the math checks out. It should work the same going forward as backward. There's no reason it wouldn't work, right? And I look at the little floating Tephnian shuttle. Like, back me up here. You looked at it. Doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
And I think with that, we're going to smash cut to the present, right? Is there anything else, Jesse, you wanted to do in the past? Okay, so we might return. So thank you, guys. Thank you, Laura, Harry, Jennifer, for playtesting this. But we might return to the other group, the last group before the new NARM-Desk was activated, who have been stranded out there this whole time, and we've met them, a few of them, here and there in the other episodes. Now you know a little more about them, like their character sheets. All right, well, Jesse, what's going on? 62 years by Terracell standard timekeeping, by Spindle time later.
Yeah, so I think we're coming to our void miners, not in Imago's office for once. We're in a bit of a downtime. So what's everybody doing with their downtime? And again, as White said, this is sort of context that the players know, their characters have been piecing together, but wouldn't know the full story there necessarily. Where do we find you all?
Anyone? Because I'll go first.
Go for it. Zeke, where are you? I think you're muted.
You're right, I am. Zeke has been chilling into Unk's lab a little bit more often. She kind of feels bad that she tends to kind of run in, throw dangerous samples on the table, and be like, don't tell anyone about this. It's probably dangerous. Also, good luck. Bye. And then like leave again on another dangerous mission. So she's trying to I think she's trying to lend a hand around the lab, but mostly she's getting in the way and just asking a lot of questions that aren't particularly helpful, but she's kind of trying to learn something.
That's very nice of you. She is appreciative of the company, for sure. Hal, where are you right now?
So Hal is currently the Zors that he inhabits. This is a headless mechanical horse. Is kind of recharging in the sort of the equipment shed type area of the Godown, wherever that is, the kind of equipment requisition. And Hal's watch strap. So Hal is an artificial intelligence kind of housed within a watch, and that's just strapped to the Zors' leg, and he's just chilling there.
Great. No more explanation needed for that, as always. And normal human, Alex, normal human.
I'm probably hanging out in a human section of the Nettle Shield. Okay. I'm trying to get hair to shape eyebrows because I thought that these were very helpful to make human expressions. So I'm trying to acquire a nice set of eyebrows to stick on my face and look even more human. So that's probably what I'm doing. Probably trying to find eyebrows, like little hair by hair on the ground. It's a lot of work. It's a work of love. So it's a labor of love. So whatever. Yeah.
Could you describe for the audience Alex, normal human?
Of course, Alex is a human who's 2.5 meters tall, because he's actually a wetton, but he doesn't really like this part about him, so he just kind of went with the flow, and he is happy to be the first like a Fleeter Rotsy, even though he was not born on Spindle or anything like this. He doesn't know Rasp, but he's trying to learn it for no reason at all, and he speaks it really well because he's very good at learning things with his human brain. And he does his things as a Rossi, and he is interested in friends, things humans do. So yeah.
That's great. Well, I'm sure NARM is the perfect place to establish yourself as a normal human. So we're all kind of we're in downtime. So you don't have a job right now. And I think, Zeke, the other thing that's going on is in the last time you went out to the Lash, and for context, so there was a mission out to re-explore like the middle of NARM, this sort of spiraling center of the straw. Zeke got a little note and a little present might not be the right word. Something. Do you want to discuss that? And have you been interacting with it at all?
Yeah. So we ended up going through and she's been meaning to. Partly she's been meaning to write up a report about all this, but it hasn't, for reasons that will probably become obvious shortly. But they ended up in this sort of strange, like, extra dimensional space, bigger on the inside, I guess, and ended up encountering a few different strange new substances and that sort of thing. But in one of the chambers inside the Lash, they had found I believe a note with a small cube accompanying it. And the note was addressed to Zeke specifically and said, don't tell your boss about this, basically, naming Amago, I believe she's a witness by trade, but the like senior archivist who's in charge of the Godown. Don't tell Amago about this. Give her this instead, and included the cube that Zeke has taken back with her to the Godown and kept. The thing that really has her sort of stuck is the last bit of the note, which says "trust me" in big dark block capitals. And that is the kind of thing that people say when they shouldn't be trusted. So I think Zeke has been doing a little bit of, she's been trying to figure out what to do with this thing. Like, her first instinct is to make sure that it's not like, I don't know, a grenade, or, it doesn't contain like flesh-eating nanites or something that it's gonna, kill or endanger everyone. But she fully intends to hand it over after that, but she's trying to do her due diligence beforehand. And I didn't mention the note was signed R, which Zeke is pretty sure she knows who that is.
Great. Can you make a reason check for me?
Is this about investigating that cube? Because if it is, I'm going to use all of the grit that I have.
It is about investigating this cube.
All right. I said all of the grit. I'm not actually going to do that, but I am going to do something about it. Reason. Okay. I will burn, 6. Why not? Just use it all up front. Lucky for me, that's a 7 and not a 1. Okay, so that's 7 plus 7, 14. Tell me everything.
Great. So this cube starts to open up. It is, I can describe this a little bit better. It's about the size of 2 palms at a cube. It is like dark copper, kind of, with all sorts of intricate looking wires. And as you're examining it, trying to figure out what it is doing, something like pops open.
Great. Is something I can take out?
Yeah, you can see if it opens more.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, she has a brief thought where she's like, technically I was literally told to give this to someone else, and she's like, yeah, I don't care about that. And she's just going to keep trying to mess with it.
Do you say that out loud?
What? Yeah, I don't care about that? No.
I guess you hear back a voice saying, well, then I don't care about having done all of this to find you. Then that's not true. Obviously, I care somewhat.
Sorry?
Oh, okay. So you cracked the riddle. Obviously, I like riddles. I mean, everything out here is a sort of riddle. It's like a riddle about time and space and what it would mean to search higher dimensions or future times, and what you would do with that information. I think that's my best guess.
Yeah, so what would you do with that information exactly?
Well, I don't need to do anything. I'm not trying to do. You called me. I think you know enough to agree that people want to do things with information. Not me, not you, but people, like structures, organizations.
I mean, sure, like, I can make Barnum statements too, but what do you want me to do with that? I think a little too much still in Oz headspace, which is being completely antagonistic to anybody who talks to me.
I've summoned you a couple different ways, and I've gotten mixed results. But you all seem capable enough. You've achieved some tasks, decoded some riddles. You seem good at decoding. That's very useful, just in case. I don't think this will be, the first part at least, too difficult per se. I mean, there's gravitational issues, for one. But I don't think it'll actually be hard for you to understand. Just kind of jumping around.
A compliment, I guess. Wait
a minute.
Yeah,
It is.
Okay. Thank you. I guess. What is it that you want? Like it I know you've been to the Godown. You can just come here. You don't have to communicate in weird boxes and mysterious notes. You can just come here.
I can't just come there.
Why
I
not?
can send nanites to do things, but that's not really the same as being there. And I don't want to be there anyway. I want to work with you. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess you specifically, but also several of you seem up to the task to stop the company from exploring NARM.
Why?
Because it's a straw that dips into higher and higher dimensions across times. So the company will eventually use it to do things that we can't even think of. I mean, we could list them all day. I actually have a very long list. It's been a while. I have a long, long list of things that it'll probably do eventually. She
Great,
starts
I've got a
reading
radio.
like Apocalypse.
You can send it to me. Like I'll read it.
Jesse, can the cube send data except by voice?
Yes, but I don't think it. I think it would be like that's not secure.
The cube would?
Yes,
Or
the cube would.
The cube would.
The cube would.
Okay. Rooster is trying to hack the cube to send a screenshot of a list she made on her company-issued phone that she's been keeping for 62 years of things the company will do when it realizes all of the things that NARM will allow them to access.
Yeah, the cube has been with Rooster for 62 years and knows how sometimes she just texts things that she shouldn't, and it doesn't allow it.
Well, then I think there's just a long pause as you hear like the equivalent of typing, but it's maybe not exactly the same. But Rooster's doing technical things somewhere else in NARM, and the cube is just transmitting whatever it sounds like as her fingers manipulate.
Hello? Are you still there?
Computers. What? Are you still there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, of course. What are you doing?
Oh, I was trying to send you the list of reasons. Look, why don't we just meet and discuss this? You can use the cube.
Great.
I will send you to a location, and then we'll just talk. But why don't you bring some people who are good at other things also? Like, just in case.
What kind of other things?
Well, you've been out here. You know how it is. Sometimes gravity's different. Sometimes time is different. Sometimes there's smooth guys. Sometimes there's not so smooth guys. Sometimes there's waitinoids.
Hey, what's up with the smooth guy, by the way? Like, is that a friend of yours? Did we kill him?
Jesse, what is up with the smooth guy? What information does Rooster share with Zeke?
I, as Jesse, want to know what's up with the smooth guy. So, Ryan, what's up with the smooth guy?
I'll tell you everything there is to know about the smooth guy, but is now the right time?
You can tell me now, or you can tell me later, but you're going to have to tell me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So smooth guy is like an emergent property of the place that you went that just cleans up anything that's not supposed to be there. It packs it into these little cubes, and it just puts them in the corner of its little house. That's smooth guy, the custodian.
You know, it's like NARM is dangerous and filled with things that hate you and want to kill you, and then you keep making the most okay, all right, it's fine. I'm fine. Sure. That explains the compost, I guess. I wonder if that was people. Anyway,
It was people.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right. Sure. Your note said that you wanted this cube to go to Imago. Do you want to talk to her?
No. I don't need to talk to the archivist currently running the NARM-Desk. I'm trying to show you something. Let me show you something about. Just come meet me in a totally cool place, and we'll chat. Just bring a couple friends who might also be good with, I don't know, gravitational and, chronological anomalies. We'll all have what? Do people still have snacks in your time?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's your time too, unless. Okay, you did say okay.
No, but I mean,
Do you want me to bring snacks?
She describes her current food printing apparatus situation, which is she's been living off intravenous injections of pure nutrients for 62 years. So she hasn't been snacking. So she's pretty sure she can get it to stop doing that and 3D print you a celery stick. But she's going to work on that. She's pretty good with engineering, so she's going to work on that while you guys figure out how to.
You know what? Don't worry about it. We'll bring the snacks, okay? It's fine.
As guests should. I'm joking.
Well,
I'm joking.
exactly.
Okay, great. This has been great. I love this call. This has been a very normal way to communicate, right? I did it. I didn't make it weird because we're not doing a company. We're just two scientists interested in NARM. We're not doing a company to it, right? Cool. should I hang up now, or do you hang up? I actually don't know. Cube.
Where do you want us to meet you?
When I hang up, then I'll just hit. I'll basically
fine.
Make it a stiff.
I'll hang up. No, you hang up. Wait, you'll make
Get your friends. Yeah.
Okay.
The
right.
cube.
Now?
Don't show.
Hang up now?
She hangs up. The cube is now.
Wait, I have another question. Shit. All right. Did you say? I'm sorry. Did you say the cube is no different?
That's what that was the last meaningful thing she said. The cube has different states. She's programmed it to do different things. She's made it a wayworks, basically, that'll take you somewhere.
All right. Sorry, I had to mute myself because I didn't want everybody to have to listen to me laughing. All right. Right. I'm gonna go get some friends. I'm heading down to. You know what? Zeke's still mad about this. I think she learned about this a while ago that Hal lives in the equipment storage bays, and she's still mad about it. It's been a couple of weeks since she's learned that, and I think she's probably tried to convince him a couple of times that he should ask for a room blob because he's a real person and he deserves one. But she's gonna go try and find him.
Easy to find, being the only Zors in the in the room.
She knows that sometimes he's kind of doing his own thing, processing, whatever. So she'll just kind of tap a knuckle on the Zor's shoulder just to say hello. Hey, you awake?
As she touches the Zor's, it sort of reacts slightly, just kind of moves its shoulder a little bit in sort of recognition, and she hears the voice coming out the speaker, and it's Hal saying, "Hi Zeke, what's up?"
I just got a call from let's say a mutual friend, and I think we're gonna go have a party with some snacks. You want to come?
I cannot ingest snacks, but absolutely, I will join.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I think you would. I think you'd find this interesting. Do you know anybody who can do things with time and space and gravity and stuff? Who's around right now?
I think there's. I saw on the roster we have a normal human joining us on the Godown.
They aren't good. They aren't good at that kind of thing, are they? Normal humans, or what are you talking about?
I simply saw the entry for an Alex normal human, and I wondered if it was ironic and perhaps a hell scientist. I'm not sure. The designation was unclear.
It is extremely difficult to tell what hell scientists find funny. So maybe we should go ask them and see what's up with that. Alex, did you say you were on the Netto Shield asking for eyebrows?
Yes, absolutely.
Wait, let me
Trying
print you some new ones. Wait, these are gonna be even better. It's printing you the equivalent of like a Wayne Static goatee, like a metal guy goatee that's like this long. Like multiple of those over and over again. Like no matter what you ask for, it's 3D printing you sort of toupees that would not serve as eyebrows on any human. Let me do one with highlights, highlighted tips. Humans love that. Normal humans all have highlighted tips. The data says.
I feel beautiful now.
Do you
Can
put
we-
two frosted goatees on your like two beards with frosted tips on your face?
Oh yeah.
Your bug face?
Like, I mean, I put one the normal way where he should be, but with the mandible, it's a little hard to adjust. So maybe I cut and paste myself. I get a little creative. And with the mustache part, I fashioned 2 eyebrows because it's beautiful. My next step is eyelashes, but I mean, is going to be require a little more finesse. But yeah, it's beautiful. I feel pretty, so that's the most important thing.
Hey, Nettleshield, can we come aboard?
Oh yeah, are we heading out? I didn't see a communication from your bosses, which I love. I love breaking the rules. I totally won't tell your bosses if you take me for a spin. I definitely won't report that immediately and recommend that you're beheaded, which I know is a normal way for middle managers to deal with employees.
You know what? I think that that's what Consort would think if she heard about that as well. That's probably how she would think was the most cool way to handle that situation, and not, go out on some sort of cool stealthy errand that may or may not be approved by the company. But in any case, that's not what we're doing, because so you don't have to worry about it, I guess. Do you have a normal human aboard?
Why don't you come along aboard, possibly illicitly, and find out? Wink, wink. I have to say, because I don't have the eyes to demonstrate them to you. I could make like an eye-like aperture.
Nope, we're good.
It makes a bunch of eyes rimming
No,
the
thank you.
air dock.
No. All right.
They're primitive. They're sort of like Simpsons googly eyes, and they all sort of like try to wink, but they only close a little bit. So they're just kind of creepily staring at you through slits, like a ring
It's like
of eyes.
Scallop's eyes.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a scallop with all of its eyes? It's horrifying.
Kind of mirroring it, Hal projects a load of eyes onto the stump where the headless Zors is, and there's just a load of eyes looking back at the fake eyes, looking back at the fake eyes of the Nettleshield.
I have to ask though, are there eyelashes for normal human in any of these configurations?
Not yet. He tried, but it's very difficult. It's too difficult for the moment.
There's like a full bullwhip on the ground that was printed, but it's not. It's obviously scale-wise would be difficult one by one to affix to normal human's face. Okay, you're all on board Nettleshield together.
Okay. You know what? I get it. I get it now. Look, all right. You know what? What you do with your free time is your business, and that's cool. Do you can you manipulate time and space with the power of your mind?
I can find people.
You know what? That sounds good. We'll go with that.
It's
Close.
the best I can do.
Fucking close enough. Something is telling me that 62 years ago this was a big deal and would have been really useful. So let's just take that and run with it.
And what does Alex normal human look like to Zeke and Hal? Would they pass as human, or are they obviously a Waiton with?
Oh no, they're very, very, very obviously a Wetton. They wear a human T-shirt on top of, their suit. It's all very much a mismatched ensemble of things that people have scammed into wearing, saying, "Oh, you will look great," and this was fashionable 5 years ago, but not here on another planet. So yeah, it's a ragtag type of fashion style, but whatever. he's quite impressive weapon wise. I mean, he's very tall and all, so some people try not to mess with him too much. But he's definitely not passing, even with the goatees.
Great. Well, what do you do now that you're all together? Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Maybe we should. We don't actually. Nettleshield, you're great as always. Doing a great job. We don't actually. We're just gonna go. So thanks for whatever it is that you've been.
Too late. I'm taking off. Just a joke. Just a joke. That'd be real weird to take you around space, sort of at random, right? That'd be a horrible way to go. Just listing aimlessly through the void, while your human bodies and Alex's normal human bodies slowly wear away. I know jokes. Anyway, come on back when you want to go somewhere. Destinational, I mean, not random.
Thanks. Hey Alex, you wanna go on an adventure?
I'm always ready to go on adventures because that's what friends do, and that's very important to be friendly.
Yep. That is what humans do.
Well, there we go. You know, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, I know all about that stuff.
Couldn't agree more, says Hal. Very important to be friendly. And as the Zors walks out of Nettleshield, gives a big firm kick to Nettleshield's hull.
Definitely there's some sort of raspberry noises, but I think from the Late Tephnian perspective, it sounds like, like horrible metal double bass drum lines echoing throughout Godown now. Everyone is like, oh shit, are we under attack? But it's just, no, there's somebody's like, no, you're new. That's just the shuttle.
Having a tantrum. So we'll head back to, I assume, I said that Zeke was in the lab, so we're... Apologies to again, my mantid friend, for making use of her lab for illicit behind the scenes, not co-approved shenanigans, which I was explicitly trying not to do. But here we are. And I assume that's where the Wayworks is now.
If that's where you stuck it, I guess.
I mean, that's where I said I was when I was messing around with the cube. So that's where I assume it turned into a Wayworks, just like in a corner of this converted broom closet that's been turned into a xenobotany lab for an abandoned grad student.
Is that how that works? What?
The cube looks the same. It's just that Rooster has told you it is now a Stiffworks. She's programmed it to take you to pinch time and space and take you to her.
Great.
So, just turn it on when you're
ready.
All right.
In that case, they will head back to their room blob. I didn't describe her earlier, by the way. Zeke is a human person with wearing... I'm not wearing these just for fun. No, you know what? I am wearing these just for fun. She's also wearing aviators and like a leather jacket, basically. I think she has a little bit of compassion for Alex's attempt at blending in with humans, because she's trying to project like Top Gun sort of like 80s like cool fighter pilot kind of vibes, but she's a little bit too much of a nerd to really make it work. But she heads back to her room blob. Like a big corner of it is just filled with like radio equipment that's been like hot wired and like apparently manually like jury rigged together. And when they get there, she says, we're gonna go meet someone who is supposed to be dead, and definitely you can't tell anybody about this. Okay, are we ready? And she's gonna attack the cube.
Wait, you just went back to your room blob?
Yep.
By yourself?
No, with these two.
With the group.
Okay.
With the group.
Okay.
So you attack the cube.
Yep.
It feels normal when you turn it back on for just a split second, and then you realize your hand is passing through it, and as it does, it's diminishing. It's being like there's something being applied to it, so you're scaling down in size So you can just step through it, even though that doesn't make sense visually. Like, it feels normal now to you to just kind of swim into it, and you just become smaller as you do.
Perfect. Let's go.
Did the others, I guess, watch this? It doesn't hurt.
Zeke will just stick a hand out of the cube, so like this weird, like with your hand like sucked down, and just be like, "Come on!"
Yeah,
Of course.
Hal in the Zors trots through.
Great. Yeah, that. I mean, I don't know what that feels like to Hal, to be an informatic being with a body you wear sometimes that is now shrunken down and extruded basically into this other place. And Alex, normal human, yeah, you see them disappear into the cube. Do you also follow?
I mean, of course, I was sent here to follow my friends. I'm sure. So yeah, I will.
Great.
Yeah. Shrink down in my skill. Then yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You maybe approach warily, make yourself small, put one limb, and then you're okay. Yeah, it just feels like nothing. It just it's just like a region of the room that is shrinking me if I touch it. You sort of baby being born your way through the cube, and you all in your own ways emerge on the other side. You find yourself in a dark room that you can feel is moving, and it does not feel like the smoothish pseudo-gravity of the spin of the Godown. And there are two cubes. You emerge from one, and there's another. You're in microgravity. You're in the void of NARM. So you feel the very weak gravity of things wanting to settle toward the exterior of NARM, but the thing you're in is moving. You're in the room that feels like it's part of a ship, but so it's sort of dark metal. There's no lights, and the two cubes are floating, and the room is floating and spinning, and the cubes are floating and spinning within it, and they're all tending toward eventually crashing into the side of NARM. But right now you're just sort of floating through the void, and you don't know if this is like a stable orbit or you don't know what. But you emerge from one cube, there's another.
All right. Well, okay. You both okay?
Afraid, but okay.
Oh, that's normal. Normal.
Hal says, yeah, everything appears to be operational.
I'm trying to remember if how much different people know and how much Zeke has explained to different people about her sort of weird obsession with this group of people. But so now that we're off the Godown, and potentially floating infinitely in NARM, so I might have just got us all killed. So I guess sorry about that. I mean, us maybe. Hal will be fine. They'll find him eventually. Yeah, I got a message from a banshee who used to work for the Co and has been hanging out here in NARM somewhere for a few decades, and she wanted to meet and have a chat, and here we are. I don't see her though, so I maybe should have thought about this for literally any time at all, but I didn't, so here we are.
Yeah, your environment is the same. It is you are moving, and I guess it's up to you if you care about that. You don't have to roll to just like position yourself, but let me know if you want to inspect your situation anyway, or these cubes. You know which one you came out of. They look identical. But
I definitely want to do that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, for sure I want to do that.
All right. Are you inspecting right cube or the room itself?
I'll inspect the other cube.
Great. What about so Harry and Laura? What are Hal and Alex normal human doing as Zeke grabs the other cube?
Can we try and pick up like the presence of someone or something around us? Like
Sure.
Basically look around, just not shouting that ooh, but something like that.
Yeah, do you want to roll will or reason, whatever you're investigating here? So you could kind of go either way there. And Zeke should roll, I guess, reason to just kind of turn on the cube using the same whatever protocol you used on the other cube. And Hal, I don't know if you want to just see what happens after these investigations. There is a portal. There's a door. So there's there's rooms. Rooms have sort of typical features regardless of who made them. So let's say it's a truncated cube with a door, a portal. Everything is closed, dark, but you can kind of feel that, right? So Zeke, what did you get on the reason check?
3.
3. Great. The cube turns on and starts talking as Laura. What did Alex, normal human, get on the either reason or will check to just kind of see what's up with this space?
I did a will check and changed my dice set between now and the pause, and I still got a 1.
Great.
I rolled a 12, a d12. It's
Your
perfect.
D12 gets you one. So no, I think that means you know what's going on here, but it's just really bad news. So you have 2 very different sets of bad news being delivered at once. One in the voice of Rooster and one in the voice of Alex, normal human. And I'll let Laura you describe this however you want. But you realize that you're about to crash into the braid, into the central braid of black stone in the middle of spindle, the lash. That you basically are spinning in an eccentric orbit, and you're going to hit this lash, and it's going to do some damage, and you need to figure out kind of how to get out of here. And Zeke, you turn on the cube, just activate it, and Rooster is like in mid-sentence, like, oh, I don't know if I was recording before. Okay, fuck, I got to do this again. Okay, let me do it faster. Hi. So, yeah, we will meet. I'm not lying about that. Like, I do want to meet. I'm sure you all are very fascinating, whatever. But first, I need you to do me a favor. You're currently in the sort of region of the wreck of the Massbreaker. It was the last Tephnian vessel. It was the furthest one out. And I think it still should have a blood chapel that hasn't been plundered since it's so far out. Not like beyond, just like further than the others. So I brought you here so you could poke around and bring back. I really need more computational ability, and I might be dying. So anyway, I think I have also left snacks somewhere in this room. It might have. I don't know if they're still good. And if someone, maybe at this point, Harry, could you roll a d6 for just Hal's body bumping around? You might have detected snacks while Alex was at the door and Zeke was looking at the cube.
That's a 2 on the d6.
2, okay. A 6 would have been normal, celery, and dip. Let's say hummus, because Vex has suggested hummus. Instead, there's free-floating dip that is much more close to motor oil. And whatever the celery equivalent of, like, the ghost of celery, like this withered charcoal. So she's printed, like, snacks that maybe you're, like, it's carbon. I mean, your bodies might, it would be more like eating active charcoal by the mouthful than delicious food. So that is just floating with you as you're about to crash like next round. So you hear both of these things at once. So Laura, however Alex would explain the situation with, like, you can open this door, you're in a broken apart room of a spaceship, of a Tephnian frigate that is just like tumbling after who knows how long, moving how far, but you're about to crash into the middle of NARM.
We should definitely grab the snacks and go, go. I really like the dip. I really enjoyed the full decoration of the room, but seriously, guys, we need to go.
Oh, and you can eat the dip, right? I mean, you're waiting. You can eat this. It's like, yeah, eating active charcoal, eating wood. That's normal for you. The humans, the human not so much, and yeah, Hal doesn't eat. So snacks was a nice thought, right? Yeah, but if you want to leave this module, I'm going to need everyone to make a movement check, or someone could use the power dive. But I think those are kind of your 2 options here if you want to get out of this without taking damage.
I'm slightly confused. The thing that we're in is like a pod that's going to crash into another ship.
No, you're in part of a ship that's broken off, and you're about to crash into the braid, the central braid of stone in the middle of NARM.
Okay.
And according to the voicemail you've heard, there's a number of these around, and one of them should be the Blood Chapel of the Massbreaker, which is the ship that got the furthest into NARM of the fleet of Tephnian hegemony. And Rooster wants you to take all the active nanites, the blood aliquots, these like little octagonal cylindrical vials with nanites that are still perfectly fine to ingest for humans. Perfectly fine. And basically, once you do that, then the second cube will become a Stiffworks that will take you to her. So she's only gonna let that happen when you can bring the blood. And you know, you don't know. She describes this orally in like a rambling way, as Alex is yelling that you need to leave this room.
Alex said we need to leave, so we're going. Zeke will use dive to get everybody out safely.
Don't know if you can get the Zors out with dive.
I think so. I think I can take anybody. A large sapient up to 3 meters tall and long counts as double.
Yeah. Counts as double.
How big is the Zors?
Horse size. So well, without a head or like lower limbs, but yes, counts as double. So
I can bring one plus my level people, and I'm level 5, so I'm good.
You're good.
I'm good.
Great. So you burn the grit. You do have to roll movement to see if you suffer damage while doing
it. Yeah, I'm gonna burn an extra 3 on this as well for the move check.
And maybe Jennifer, you can tell us what cool thing, like what does it look like when Zeke does dive with a normal human in a t-shirt with eyebrows and a headless mechanical horse projecting many eyes.
Oh, hell yeah. I rolled a 12 as well, so this really has to be cool.
This looks very cool.
Yeah, this is very, very cool. I think she's going to... she kind of like sends a message to Hal. They have a private comms channel. She just sends a message to Hal that's like, sorry, and like jumps on his back and like wraps her legs around the middle of him. And she doesn't have a private comms channel with Alex, so she just grabs... What are Alex's pronouns?
Oh, he, it, okay. I guess. But he...
Okay. She grabs Alex kind of around his waist, maybe, and sort of waits for the spin of the, like, broken off pod they're in, and then, like, sort of pushes off at just the right moment to, like, push through the door and then, like, land on the lash on the other side.
Yeah, that's awesome. Maybe on a 12, you all work together. Like, Alex is opening the door with one limb, another limb is grabbing all the snacks, and then the other limbs are holding on to you, like you've clasped, you know, and then the Zorus is like firing up. It's like, you know, there's fire from its butt as it's doing its mechanical horse duty in space, and you're kind of directing and like, you know, cowboyish. It's
like that thing where like it only has one opening, and so we get right on the opening for it to kind of like land perfectly as it sort of rolls past.
Yeah, exactly. So end of sort of like Alien Romulus. We've seen it in movies all the time. This sort of spinning. You know, I think it happens in Interstellar where you have to like dock manually. This thing is not like that. It is just like a rodeo. You basically jump out of the gate and don't die, and the piece of this frigate you were in crashes into the Black Stone, which, as we know, so the radius of NARM is roughly the same as Luna. So, you know, thousands of kilometers, whereas the stone in the middle is very thin by comparison, but it's still it more or less indestructible. You do see ahead there's chunks of it destroyed. So this is another area, just like you witnessed personally, the side of NARM being damaged during the fight between Gurren Kur as its super form and an old one. You now see that ahead the lash is damaged. So you see ahead floating chunks of they would just look like darkness, just non-light, and you'd realize that's chunks of NARM. You also see pieces of the Massbreaker, and this was once a beautiful ship. It was very large. It was a deep red, and it might look something like if a super soaker and a giant clam turned into a beautiful chandelier designed by some interesting, you know, really progressive European architect in like the Weimar Republic to be a cigarette holder. So it's that shape. You know, we all know that shape I'm describing. And it is now broken up into many pieces. The largest piece is a head orbiting stably with chunks of lash, but many, many smaller pieces, these room-sized pieces, float around you. You are now going away from the lash, safe for now, just flying toward the edge of NARM on Hal's Zor's body. I don't know if Hal refers to it as Hal or like Hal's body, but you know what I mean, Harry. Yeah, so what do you want to do now? You have also the cubes are now floating in different directions, and you're not sure which is which. So they are sort of emergent from the rubble.
I can't have grabbed that on my way out.
You did roll a 12. You did roll a 12. I would have said no, but on a 12, sure. You have a cube. There's another cube floating with splintered metal. And sort of what looks like grit. Like a lot of the nanite stuff, when it's really, truly well and destroyed, it looks almost more like ash than like splintered metal. But there's sort of a mix of this ceramic steel nanite poop. You have one. If you want both, you're going to have to like go get it. Or you can just, literally, it's a 50-50 as to which one you got.
Can I try to turn it on again and see if the recording starts over?
Sure, roll reason.
6 plus, I think, 1.
Great. Yes. Roll a d2. Roll anything or flip a coin. And I guess show us? No, I don't know. Just roll the dice.
I'll do that in the chat so that you can see it, so you don't have to believe me.
Sure.
Hold on. Just give me a second. Somebody else can do something like that.
Sure. If you want to look out, so I think Zeke is again preoccupied with these fucking cubes, but Hal, Alex, you are in the middle of NARM, very far from the Godown, and this is an unstable region where there's a lot of. Basically, if you look one direction, you see sort of purple black holes that sort of seem to prevent the light from deeper down NARM reaching you. And if you look the other direction, you see these chunks of broken lash, broken braid, and the ship, the wreck of the Massbreaker. And it's very weird being this far down NARM, just like being anywhere really in NARM, but because the vision narrows like in any direction, it's just almost total darkness. And the Hellstraw, right? That's like being in a tunnel. This is a big joke about being in like the Holland tunnel. Like you're just in a tunnel and you see light at the other end. You can decide if you want to sort of investigate or do anything here, or if you're going to wait and see which cube you got.
I think Hal would want to. Did Hal hear the message from Rooster saying you want to look for the temple? Was that kind of out loud, or was that?
Yeah, I think it's Rooster speaking out loud, unless there was some way Zeke changed that. It's just a voicemail. You all heard it.
In which case, Hal would do whatever is possible to try to look out for that structure. So whether that's visually or scanning, depending on
that makes sense. Do you want to roll reason to investigate using whatever senses you have at your disposal?
I would love to do that, and I'll burn 6. Why not?
Oh, wow, okay.
And that's a 2, so I'm glad I burnt 6. That's a total of 8.
8, okay. And what is Alex Normal Human doing as the Zorse is presumably silently, scanning this region of NARM, and Zeke is turning on the thing?
I guess I can't really try and perceive exactly where Rooster's voice was or that kind of things. Like I can't really track people that I've kind of seen but not really. I
think you could just also perceive in the same way Hal is with using your own, common sense, logic, and just senses to sort of see what's going on. And where you might be of interest, since you are stranded sort of in the middle of nowhere. What did Zeke get on that D2 roll? A 1 or a 2?
A 2.
A 2, okay. You hear the same recording. You all hear the same recording, although I guess you wouldn't, now that you're not, there's no Atmo of any kind, even thin, old, dead Atmo, you wouldn't really hear it, but, I mean, if you hold it up, you can hear it. Presumably there's some sort of vibration or sound. You figure out it's the correct one. So the other one is the old cube. If you don't grab it, it's just going to float away.
I do think Zeke wants to grab it because she doesn't feel great about not having a way home of any kind. And as far as she's concerned, her most important job as a Banshee is always to get her team home safe. And right now she doesn't have a way home safe, and she doesn't like that.
Sure.
So she does want to try and grab it.
In theory, the one you're holding is the way home, according to Rooster's message. The other one just took you here. But you can just have both, and then you have two smooth guy cubes. Or hacked smooth guy cubes. What did Hal get, Harry, on the check?
That was an 8 total.
8, right. And Laura, was Alex looking around or helping Hal?
I'm fairly sure that helping Hal is the best course of action now.
I think that's great because that gets you to a 9. So on a 9, as opposed to an 8, you not only see with Hal's advanced sensorium and very extremely fast processing power, but you also see with Alex normal human doing the normal human thing of eating the ghost of celery with generic dip in microgravity by smooshing it into the auto injector of your suit, and it goes through sort of an airlock and is sterilized and then injected into your mouth. And it tastes like being sprayed in the mouth with charcoal, which to a Waiton canonically might taste good. It's up to you. You could roll will if you want to know. But it doesn't harm you. It's just weird. It's just a weird thing. But from my standpoint, maybe it's not weird. Hey, it's 100 million years in the future. Together, you notice something as you're chewing or letting ash kind of fall down your throat and coughing into your Waiton-sized space helmet. You realize that there is floating in front of you a piece just in front of the main mass of Massbreaker. It is a sort of cubic, larger module. It's really a section of the whole middle of the ship, sort of the back front, the neck of the ship, if you will. And you see from the way that it gleams that you can peer into one room in that module, and it definitely looks like lots of little vials, little octagonal vials, which only really means one thing, which is a reliquary blood chapel. So it's kind of dead ahead. There are chunks of lash about, but of the maybe 100 pieces of the ship, besides the biggest piece, you think you found the one. Oh, I love that. And Laura types, I rolled a 3, unsalted, somewhat undercooked Brussels sprouts. So that's the flavor. Yeah, that makes sense. Brussels sprouts, I think, is the flavor of ash celery, ghost celery. Great. So you're floating in space. If you want to get the other cube, somebody's going to need to figure out how to do that, make a move check to grab it and come back safely to the group and be sort of spinning in the middle of NARM together. Also, where do you want to go? You want to go toward the Blood Chapel after that? Or do you want to... I guess let's resolve this first. Do you want to grab that other cube?
I think in that moment, like, Zeke turns to Hal because, like, they've been on a few ventures together. She's kind of accustomed to them kind of like... She carried his watch for a while, and they've also done some stuff together in downtime. And she kind of has this, like they're kind of a team is kind of how she feels about it. Like, and she wants to know, like, do we just go forward and trust that things are going to work out, or do we try to have a backup plan?
So is she asking that out loud in those words, basically? Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, so Hal says, well, the cube asked us to fetch something from the reliquary. Do you know the function of the other cube? What are we missing if we lose it?
Well, I might be able to tack us home that way. I mean, I don't know the technology. I might be able to figure it out. But if we go for the chapel, we just have to trust that once we get a hold of the blood, she'll open the way through.
Okay, so you believe we may need that cube in order to attack back.
Although we came here to meet her, and she says she's on the other side of this one.
I mean, this isn't an authorized co-venture. I'm not the ranking factor in this context, but
you know I don't give a shit about that. What do you think?
I think we should press forward. I think if whoever this entity we're meeting, if they wish us harm, then we are already doomed.
Yeah, it's a good point. All right, let's go. And we'll leave the other cube and head forwards towards the chapel.
So you have cube 2. You have the cube that, in theory, if you collect some amount of blood that is still functioning, it will become a Stiffworks. It'll be the same thing where you can just turn it on again, and instead of it working like a comm, it'll be sort of a portal, and it'll take you to wherever Rooster is. The Zorse fires up its little butt, and you head toward the Blood Chapel, spinning in space in front of the majesty of the head, the bridge of Massbreaker, and all around a sort of crown or halo, or even a mandorla, to be specific, of huge chunks of black stone spinning. Maybe the ship did its best at some point to construct this stable orbit for most of its pieces. It does not appear to be active now. Any of the gleaming is a result of your, LiDAR or whatever ambient light there is, little that it is bouncing off. But it is all inert red steel. What is your approach? What is your plan as the three of you? This is a very science fantastic episode. You have a headless metal horse on top of which is a human and another normal human who just happens to look like a 7-foot-tall cricket person. What is your sort of deal as you approach the Blood Chapel? Any tactical planning you want to do? Any powers you want to use? Or just sort of try to enter through that crack in the module?
So as Hal approaches, kind of rocketing towards it, he projects kind of a mecha. It's all just a projection, just a hologram. But he projects a mecha unicorn head on the stump, and sort of points the tip forwards, and just says aloud to the companions, "Now, please bear in mind, this is light-based. This will not pierce the ship. Any ideas on how we get in?"
Listen, you just got to time it right. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You've got this. We're gonna be great. How hard can it be?
Yay to collaboration between us all. I do not feel overwhelmed at all, and
well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
I was a little worried for a second, but you're doing great. I'm Zeke, by the way. Just putting my hand back to shake.
I'm Alex. Normal human, as you can see. I mean,
yeah, a completely normal human. I mean, yeah. You're doing a great job, honestly. Mm-hmm. It's a hard thing to learn, but you'll get the hang of it.
Yeah, I look manly.
Yeah, I would say so. I honestly haven't seen that many toupees on someone's face in a long time, so I really think you're killing it.
It's a statement. It's a vibe. It's a statement, and yeah, it gives me strength.
You're really making it work. Yeah, yeah. I think it might even provide some cushioning when we crash into that ancient chapel full of deadly nanites in just a couple of seconds.
We're not going to crash.
There's this kind of cubic red metal building-sized module of a Late Tephnian frigate. There is a hole, a sliver, and sort of in one corner, sort of shaped like a cave, like a narrow entrance to a limestone cavern, and it's just it looks like it was battered in, right? So you can sort of see the dents in the red ceramic steel from hitting the lash or another part of the ship. You see those gleaming pieces, the furniture, the sort of strange, somewhat intestinal or organic, techno-organic forms of the red steel holders for all those aliquots of blood. As you're approaching, what do you do to get in that hole without, hitting the wall and just taking a lot of damage?
So I think Hal would say first to Alex, normal human, just following this conversation, just say, I think you're very brave. Leave it there. And then and then try to use the sort of the arse thruster to position the Zors, and says to the people on top, you may wish to be prepared to dismount at short notice should this not go as planned.
Love it. Make a move check, Harry, as Hal tries to use the Zor's body, which is relatively new, but you're getting more used to get into that small aperture without spiraling just into metal.
So I'm going to burn 6, and that's another 2, so 8.
8. Wow, you're burning through the grit. With an 8, yeah, you're good. It is maybe not as elegant as you could imagine in your head, but you are the unicorn, and you make that spiral with the rotation of the module and enter into the darkness of the Blood Chapel. You do need to stop very suddenly, but on an 8, I'll just say whatever you stop, you might like bang gently against the portal, but you're now in the Blood Chapel. You see all around you are shelves that look like sort of human intestines wound into sort of spirals, and around them are sort of inside them are seated little aliquots, little octagonal metal containers, and there must be thousands in here. There's also sort of bulging, almost like a closed eye with like lid things in the corners of the room. The portal itself is roundish, sort of like the one you came through to get out of the empty sort of closet you were in before. Yeah, do you want to look around? What does everyone want to do? You're safe for now. You're in a stable orbit, so you're not going to like ram into anything.
So Hal will say to the others, now here is where my form has its limitations. I would suggest those of you with opposable thumbs perhaps take the lead on the task at hand.
Zeke will jump off and kind of like pat the Zors on its shoulder neck as she does so, and start looking around at the vials. Like, she's kind of quiet. She's annoyed that she's about this whole thing, but she is doing what she has to do.
Sure. Everyone can decide to roll either reason or will. Will would represent, hey, is this like generally what it seems to be, or is there anything weird going on? Reason is like, I am investigating and trying to find non-empty vials of blood, not restructure nanites, not basically paint, but things made to interface with humans and make them post-humans who are effectively immortal and have cool powers.
Definitely reason for me, and I'm going to burn 3 on that as well.
Laura, what is Alex doing? Looking for blood or using will to just, scope out the place?
He's using will. It was very much impressed with not dying and with the gesture that Zeke did on the horse, which I assumed was something that humans do. So I did exactly the same thing when I dismounted, because it felt nice, and I rolled an 8. So I felt very confident about looking at the place.
So you might even be doing multiple. You did a yeehaw high five off the Zorse, and now you're just doing it in place in microgravity, sort of floating in the middle of the room, looking around. Harry, is Hal rolling it reason or will? Or something else?
Reason to help identify
the
vials.
What did Zeke get on the reason check?
I rolled a 10 on my D10.
10.
So plus 3 plus 1, 14.
Great. You find the motherlode. You find that almost all of these nanites, based on your understanding of Late Tephnian, are infrastructural. However, you do find a section labeled like you're only allowed to be reading these words if you are the Duke of the Bronze Lozenge, or you're pretty tight with the Duke, or like the Duke was like, "What's up, my man? I need you to do me a favor and come get this." Like you could like they've added more over time as like the sort of Byzantine structure of the noble fluencer class expanded, and they needed more sort of gophers. But you find this row of D20. I'll let you roll a D20 octagonal vials that should have human compatible nanites. While you're rolling that, what did Laura? Alex got an 8, right, on that check. Okay, on an 8, you wouldn't hear it because sound isn't. You're in a place with no atmosphere other than in your suits, but you would maybe feel a little vibration like footsteps. And you might notice on the just like checking your readings and the door, the room you're in is cold. It's the extreme pressure and coldness of space. But beyond the door is Terran Atmo. That's just probably been sealed in for 5,000 years, and someone walking around. And I'm going to say, Harry, I think Hal is with Zeke counting or like picking out, somehow helping. How does a headless horse do that without arms, you say? I don't know. Hal's pretty smart. So maybe just projecting, pointing with the horn.
Yeah, I'd say it's projection-based help rather than anything physically. I'd say actually disables the servos. It just has the Zors standing stable in the room, and then the projectors kind of shine out, the hologram projectors, and sort of identify with little target sensors on the target icons projected on the nanite vials.
Great. How many vials are there that look viable to Zeke?
9.
9. Great. Hal and Zeke quickly identify these 9, while Alex, you're pretty sure something is shuffling beyond the door, like coming into the room.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Something beyond the great circular door, the portal out of this room. There's movement, there's vibration that sounds like footfalls, and it sounds like they're getting closer. Like they've been drawn by the fact the Zorse banged lightly into the door to stop, and now you're just looking around and touching stuff, even if muffled, quietly, padding around. It sounds like there's footsteps.
Can I gesture, but like in the movies, to my friends, so that we don't make too much noise? Like I go like and like that. It's not very clear, but hopefully they'll draw their attention to the source of noise, because I'm afraid once again.
I think you do it. You do your tactical point, and I mean, at some point you get their attention, right? I mean, they're pretty focused, but what do you all want to do?
I did roll to find out if Zeke was able to pay attention to that at the same time, because she's super focused on like, we're gonna get the thing and then we're gonna leave and we finally get to talk to this person. But I did roll a 6, so she does like look up and notice and be like,
I rolled a will check for the same sort of thing to see if Hal would notice, and I got a 7, which feels enough.
Yeah, I think that's more than enough. I think you both notice, and you're all now looking at the door and kind of together with the 9 vials. The door, it seems like, is about to open. You hear the shuffling, Alex. You hear it sort of stop right there, and I actually don't even know. I'm going to let Ryan and Jesse say, but when it opens, it opens in a way that is explosive, and hot air goes flying out at you and past you into the void. Unless you stop it, that just happens as you all look at it, like backed up together.
Knowing that it's coming, we just want to like move out of the way so that we're not flung off into back out into the void, I guess. But otherwise, Zeke's gonna let the person come through or do what they want to do.
Well, so I think the first thing that would happen in that case is, tell me if this is how this works or if I've got this wrong. you would hear their laughter. Right?
I don't know how much you would hear, given there's no medium to conduct the laughter really well. So it would be very muffled if you could pick it up.
Okay.
But you might catch something. I don't know. This is like, again, a what if, where there's someone on some subreddit somewhere whose head is exploding because they're like, you're not describing this exactly right.
When we came into this room, there was a portal, right? So could the atmosphere in the next room equalize, and so it's low atmo between the two rooms? Or
no, sorry. So the Blood Chapel
still is open to the wreck.
The Blood Chapel has one portal, door.
Okay.
The back wall, so let's call that the front wall. The back wall has a hole in it from when a piece of incredibly heavy something ripped through it, probably at this point 5,000 years ago.
Yeah, I'm caught up. So yeah, if that door opens, it gasses out and the atmosphere is gone.
Yep. So it sounds like they're letting that happen. So Ryan, Jesse, you all enter the room.
Yeah, and
You're
you
alive.
behold, the humanoid shape of, fluttering ribbons of meat held together by like netting mesh almost of pink gristle. The rushing air ripples all of and pushes it into the room. This is a man, ostensibly, who has his body has changed in some way that the technology left behind him in the room past might give you some clues to what. But he is laughing hysterically, and you can't hear it because there's no atmosphere now. I believe maybe a second or two later, he might be followed by Jesse.
Yes, you notice that there is sort of like a flitting, almost as though like the parts between the meat bits were sort of like sizzling up around. Something is sort of entwining around him, and you can hear this laughter coming from this disgusting smelling air as well. And they seem to be having such a great time.
And both of them, by the way, are blasted toward you by the explosive force of the depressurization. And you would smell whatever you've allowed, again, your suit to take in and like inspect and then inject into your nostrils and mouth. So if you're real into eating weird shit you find in space, you smell like bacon human flesh, human bacon. And if not, then these people, anyway, they're just cackling coming towards you. So I think let's roll initiative. If you could pop it in the private chat here. And I guess, I mean, Ryan, Jesse, are these people speaking, even if they can't be heard? Are they saying things with their mouths?
Yeah, it might be especially hard to lip read. But
oh yeah, touche.
Yeah, definitely mouth moving.
Yeah, I think they're saying things to each other.
Sure. All right, we have Hal on a 7, Alex on a 6, Zeke on a 5. Ryan, your character, I don't know if you even want to name these characters. Or are we just calling them what was the decision? Sexy Bacon and Red Fair Turkey Leg Fella. Sexy Bacon's on a 6. Jesse, when is
I don't know.
Gristle Guy?
The smell of roast meat.
Roast
I get it. 2.
2. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put that in the chat. All right, so 7. Hal is the first to react, of course, being a computer.
So, does there seem to be any way to communicate them? Do they have obvious comms on them at all?
No, they're not wearing any technology. It's just the bare flesh.
Okay, and I probably don't have any way to communicate in vacuum with people other than my compatriots. So instead, I will say, in case things get tasty, Hal is going to mark the targets. So Hal is going to, just sort of display again with the kind of holographic projectors. It's going to display sort of weak points, targets on them, which mechanically is give orders, burn 2 grit to add +4 to your companion's next attacks. You cannot act in any other way this round. So Hal is just sort of pointing them out as targets and saying, not sure if they're hostile, but I don't believe we can communicate in a vacuum. Be ready.
Great.
And that's Hal.
If you want to roll as a free action, if you want to roll will as a free action to just see about the communication bit as you're giving the orders, because you're kind of inspecting them, right? To see like, okay, what is, they're humanoid, they were people, they're just like cut up into strips.
Yeah, that's a 6 on
6.
the will perceive.
On a 6, they are clearly mouthing in Late Tephnian, but their mouths, they're like not, it's not neatly flapping, or it's not moving in a way where you could easily read their lips, to Ryan's point. But they're speaking Late Tephnian in the void. And great, that is Alex, Normal Humans Initiative next.
I think I'm trying to get closer to them and stab them, whoever is closest to me. I felt really, really not confident at all, but I want to do it.
Ryan's character, Sexy Bacon, is the nickname you've all given him in your heads, independently, of course, is closer to you by about 4 seconds of explosive floating.
Perfect. Then I will try to approach him and then, stab him with my hunting knife.
It's like he wants to be stabbed, being a meat guy.
It's true. I mean, I'll just try and
sure, yeah,
move it around like this.
Psycho 1970s horror movie, yeah.
Should I roll combat or
Yes.
movement?
No, roll combat if you're trying to inflict harm.
Oh yeah.
And Ryan's character will roll movement to dodge, and you will win ties. You get +4.
I get +4.
You get +4 because of give orders.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So 6.
6. Okay, great. 2. So Ryan, can you dodge a 6? Can you get a 7 or better?
I rolled a 3.
3 cannot beat a 6. Alex, Normal Human, stabs into Sexy Bacon Man. What's the damage? Let us know.
Up. So 3 plus 3. So 6.
Okay, 6. So you carve some chunks. You're going at it. There's chunks of meat,
exactly,
boiling and freezing as it does in space. As whenever fluids are released, there's this sort of horrible outgassing, and it pops off. It's a very weird. It's almost like a weird party game that would be fun if it were not a sort of terrifying, sapient, sort of zombie-like being. Also, Ryan, it's Sexy Bacon Man's initiative.
Yeah. One effect of Alex's turn, however, is that the blood is that of Sexy Bacon Man is over infused with nanites, and it will inflict burn 1 to melee opponents. I think in this case, your exosuit may protect you to some degree, but maybe only for a round or 2.
Yes,
maybe I'll ask White for a ruling on that.
Yes, good call, Ryan. Thank you for that. So because this person's blood is overinfused with nanites to keep them alive in this state, the nanites are eating through your suit, Alex, Normal Human. Your suit is now damaged, and next round it will be basically destroyed. So you can take a standard action to fix it, which you can't do this round because you attacked. So next round you can try to push away and repair your suit, patch it very quickly, or else you're going to lose pressure and temperature and die in the void. Ryan, it's your turn.
Okay, so I will nanoquart and extrude nanite from my wrist to make a sort of lance weapon. And I'm going to attack Alex because he's close. So I'm rolling decom, and Alex, you can dodge with demove. I rolled a 3 again.
So Alex needs a 4 or better on a movement check, or else you are stabbed with this suddenly extruded, basically little miniature lance of blood wiggling through your suit, poking you.
I rolled a 5 + 1.
There you go.
That's good enough. You jump back. And you now are in this weird kind of melee where you were stabbing into a guy and now he's stabbing at you, but you jump back. You're floating through the room, paired. The next person to act is Zeke.
Zeke wants to try to activate the cube. They have what they came here for, and she just wants to go like, okay, we've got it. Get us out of here. And that's it. She's nope.
Great. Roll reason or use Jack.
What's the cost for Jack? Or are you going to tell me after I decide to use that?
You know, that would be very mean. I think you've interacted with this enough to know how difficult this will be to, within 10 seconds, hack it. Although, yeah, like you said, you did what you're supposed to be doing here. So you have the 9 vials. You have the thing. You could like literally connect them. So I'm going to say that it's lower. So you're not hacking it. You're just using it normally, right? So I think in that case, we're going to say it's Escher-esque. So 7, but only we're just going to say it's 14. If you spend 14 grit, it opens the Stiffworks.
Okay, so not just to put the blood in, but to open the Stiffworks itself so that we can then use it. Like my teammates can go through on their turns.
Yeah, having just thought about this in the middle of a melee and with roughly 10 seconds to study a shining, there's no symbols on it cube, and you have a bunch of dull gray metal vials, and you're like, what does it just turn on again? Hello? On switch. I'm gonna say 14, or maybe you want to just roll reason and try to get a really good result, like a 12 or better.
You know what? I think she doesn't want to chance it. She just wants to spend the grit, and like I said, she brought these people here. It's her job to get them out safe, and she doesn't really care about anything else in that moment. So I will spend the grit to just turn the Stiffworks on.
Great. Once again, you realize almost at first you think in that 9.5 second that you fucked up because it looks the same, but then you see that the blood vials are slipping into it and diminishing and basically disappearing into dots and going through it. And your hand now, like if you touch it, it's sort of liquid and you're becoming Alice in Wonderlanded. Do you want to not go through but like hold it out? Like you could as a free action just like dunk yourself in, but you're going to be like, guys, something like that. Okay.
Last one through. Last one home.
Excellent. On a 2, it is Roasty's turn.
Roasty tried to laugh at everybody. No one heard her. She's pissed off at that. She's also going to use where is it? Yeah, she's going to use nano squirt at Zeke. So she's going like nanites are she's sort of like a cloud-ish kind of thing. But nanites come in this like blood splurt at Zeke. And I will roll for damage. Sorry, I keep getting mixed up where we're rolling.
Anywhere you want.
Anywhere.
Do you
I
want
was
me to
just
roll
rolling with
anything,
physical
or
dice.
Yeah, if you want to roll a move to dodge.
5?
All right. So 5 to attack?
I rolled 5
Or 5 to
on my
dodge.
movement to dodge.
Jesse, what was the attack?
It's D12. Sorry. 9.
9. What does it look like when Roasty's nanites rip into Zeke's flesh and suit? Again, also degrading Zeke's suit now, which will have to be repaired with a standard action. And also roll damage.
Yeah, so it looks like even though she's this sort of cloud of weird whispering, giggling things like that's swirling around the sexy bacon or whatever we're calling him, somehow it looks like just so much blood, like it's very gory, all over Zeke. It's like regardless of the damage, it's gross. That's how the Tephnians were. I don't know what to tell you. Damage.
So yeah, let's see how dangerous this is for Zeke. I don't know how much health Zeke has, but it hurts. That's all we know for sure, right? It hurts.
It hurts. So that is a 2 plus 4 plus 4 bleed.
Okay. So it's 8 damage this round, and next round it's another 4 damage, and so on. And yeah, I assume Zeke is still alive, but in horrible pain as these corrupting little machines are sort of stripping away your flesh inside the suit, and the suit is ripping apart. And you're like, oh, fuck, and having to sort of hold a hand over it, a gloved hand, to try to seal in some air and figure out that patch situation. Hal, it is your initiative. I think you see Zeke with the cube slipping, like threatening to take them into another time and place.
Yeah, so I think Hal, seeing this, would communicate through the comm to both Alex and Zeke and say, okay, I think it's time we leave, and would start moving the Zors towards and would shove Alex if that's possible.
Yeah, sure. You're not trying to attack anyone, right? You're just trying to kind of get you and Alex either, like, are you trying to go through the cube?
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Going through the cube works.
I think roll movement. If you get a 6 or better, they're not attacking you. You're just in the cube. And if you want to bring Alex, who is actively being attacked and stabbed at, you're going to need a 9 or better on a movement check.
Okay, much grit have I got? 22. I'll burn 6 and roll the correct die. 1 second. And that's a 3 plus 6, 9.
Great. So you just barely, but ultimately in a cool way. Do you still have the unicorn head projection?
Absolutely, yeah.
Great. So your unicorn, yeah, with a head of light, bumps into Alex, normal human, as he's being stabbed at by Bacon, and you're through the cube. Laura, does Alex go with this and is like, cool, or do you resist?
No, I go with the flow because I'm absolutely terrified. So I follow the horse with all the trust I have in my friend, and I saw that Zeke was all bloody. I mean, I'm a wreck.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. Well, it looks very weird. It's like going to sleep with like laughing gas at the dentist's office or something. Like your arms and the Zorce's back legs are still coming out of the cube, and the rest of you has become infinitesimally small and is in another place. As Zeke is like trying not to die, and you're like losing any connection, audio or EM or anything. Feeling the room, seeing it, so it sort of dwindles to nothing as you sort of are seeing it with an equal speed of magnification. So this all happens in less than a second. A chamber of kind of dark red. You're in like a cloud of smoky rust. It looks like you're on the inside of like a cavern that seems organic. It's almost like skin or intestines chopped apart to make this. And sitting in the middle, in sort of a big rusty dark metal throne, is a tall bald woman covered in her head and neck covered in tattoos. There's normal atmo in here, but it's infused, it's smoggy with nanites. It's like being in I don't know, London in 1820 or something, but with like nano machines that enter your body and come into your suit. As soon as you're here, you realize like it doesn't matter that your suit is jacked up, because you're not going to explosively lose pressure or change temperature by 500 degrees Celsius in a second. So you can fix your suit sort of leisurely fashion, pull out your Patch Pro strips. And sitting on that throne, the woman before you is smiling and speaking, and you realize you can hear her both through the medium of the air, but also whenever she speaks, you hear it through your comms as though she is in your walkie-talkie, like his already hacked in just passively by being in this cloud of nanites. And she looks worse for wear. Her skin is dark red and covered in strips of metal, of blackening steel-like, just ossifying metal that makes her movements more and more sort of jerky. And she says, yeah, good enough. Bring him through. Back in the other chamber. That was all on Hal's initiative. So, Alex, it's your initiative, actually. Laura, do you want to act?
I stay absolutely petrified next to Hal. I wave to the lady and hope that she's friendly enough.
She points at your shirt that now just says Height Goo, your normal human band shirt, and just says, that looks cool. Everyone okay?
I mean, it is cool, isn't it? That's why I bought it, But, I mean, yeah, but my friend's still out there, and she's hurting, and yeah, that's not normal, and I know normal things.
She is saying something with her mouth, and you're hearing a different thing as she's thinking it through the cloud of nanites that have infected your walkies. So you're hearing a lecture through your walkies on aesthetics and topology and surfaces being. And she's saying something about friends and like, what is a friend anyway? And can you really trust people? And who do you really know? And you see that a portal is like, there's sort of an orifice opening, and a very strange looking deformed Shutha, wearing tattered sort of robes underneath an envirosuit is coming in. That's your turn. Bacon. There's only one bronze nonogram approved soldier left aboard this vessel, clearly a spy. She's holding a gleaming thing and stealing the relics, the holy relics of the bronze nonogram.
Yeah. So in order to convert her to my cause, probably the quickest way would be to slice her up into little strips.
That's how that works. That's like a normal way to debate politics 5,000 years ago. At the apex of human society was just immediately murder someone with micro drones or nanites or just depleted uranium. Just like, it's like a fist bump.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I giggle my assent.
Yeah. So I'm going to nanoquart again, and you can roll move to dodge.
I think I will do that.
I got a 7.
I got an 8.
Well,
pretty fast.
Good job, I guess.
Zeke is doing some real NFL shit. You have the cube in one hand, you have the 9 vials in the other. Your suit is leaking, so you've got an elbow to stop from exploding and boiling and freezing all at once, and you somehow dodge bacon stabs. Sorry, Ryan, were you going to add a little more flavor to the stabbing?
No, that's basically it. I was just going to say that he's still laughing and, giving a diatribe in Late Tephnian, but you can't see his mouth clearly enough because it's ribbons.
Right. This is just political subreddit. This is a guy who's like, yeah. That galaxy brain thing is to never have even red marks on the first place. Yeah. It's that guy. Zeke, it's your initiative. You're holding the open Stiffworks.
Yeah, I want to go through, but I just want to know if I can pull the pin on and then just let one of my concussion grenades go before I go through.
Technically, it's an attack, and then you're using your movement to go through. So yes, because your standard action is the grenade, and the free action of moving your 5 meters is to just like let a thing fall.
Stop resisting.
You. Yeah,
basically.
But I do think you still need to roll combat, and again, you could roll a 1 and instead stun yourself, and then you're just stuck there, being eaten by these 2 genius soldiers. Who have been preserved as strips of meat for 5,000 years.
Yeah, a couple of really smart and cool guys.
Super smart.
I think then she thinks about this and is like, this never goes well for me. So she's going to take one off and just kick it at them to kind of like look like she's throwing something at them to get them to like look away from her for just a second and then go through the Stiffworks.
Great. So not actually attacking, just a distraction thing, just going through. Yep. Okay, great.
That was expensive.
Yeah, I think Roasty too late arrives at like the patch of air that once was Zeke, and is just confused. You're just 2 slowly dying, confused guys now. So I don't know if we want to, Jesse or Ryan, you want to say any last words as these, we never fat out their names in Late Tephnian NPCs who've been guarding this blood chapel this whole time, but... Oh, you're muted, Jesse. But
I don't know what to say, but yeah, Jesse, you're muted.
All right. It's fine if not. Just we never know if NPCs have thoughts. Back in another place, which if you look around, I forget the characters who've been here. I should look back. You could just roll reason based on dossiers and bodega gossip. But you're all together. Zeke sees what I described before. You're now in a room that once again is closed off. There's no obvious entrances or exits, with a old, battered-looking Shutha and a sort of hard-to-tell the age of tall, skinny, completely hairless, rust-red human, femme-presenting human in a company-made jumpsuit, a very old make. 5 reason, 3 reason. Actually... Yeah, and I won't even make you... They look like they have old gear. Their gear is generations old. And on a 10, Zeke, you realize that despite all the smoke and some of the sort of metal that almost like stalagmites is like growing on the floor now, seems to be sort of tied to the bald woman, this is the city of Knots. You are within the body of many compact brick-like organisms, very, very close, comparatively to just where you were, to the Godown. And the woman sort of gestures and is like, well, what took you so long? Gimme. And she is now floating up toward you to get the vials, the 9 vials. And her fingers are also lengthening unnaturally.
I kind of imagine that Zeke tried to pull off this very cool, like, kind of kicking one of the grenades, and then going through the cube. And on the other side, the cube just sort of like spits her out sort of onto the floor in a pile. Like, she's like covered in like the burning blood that's like burning into her suit and into her skin. And she kind of just looks up and just like chucks the vials at her feet, like unimpressed by this.
Yeah, they tumble out and they're sort of falling slowly. Yeah, the nanites in the room, the smoke sort of again heals. It puts out the fire of the bronze non-agonal nanites from the guardians of the Blood Chapel. You're all together, and this woman immediately takes all 9 and sort of puts them in an infuser, like a system that is purpose-built on her back. She doesn't drink them and she doesn't immediately use them, but you see they're being sort of rationed. And she feels so much more human. I feel like I could... I don't know, what do people do? We covered snacks already. Jokes? Snacks? Sex? What defines a human? And as she's speaking, you realize she has more control, too, over the space, and you're not hearing her doubled in your ears in the walkies. You're just hearing her as a person talking to you, if a little weirdly. She points at the Shutha and says, "That's my best friend, Akilv. My name is Magnagog, but no one ever really called me that. I don't know why they gave me a pretentious name just to abandon me to the fucking archival orderlies of all people. Anyway, thanks for doing me that enormous favor. Now we can finally stop the company. You're welcome." And on that, I think we're out of time. So I don't know, Jesse, Ryan, if you had any other thoughts, or Zeke, Alex, Hal, I think we might do some downtime chat and figure out some questions asked, answered, and moves made. But you are on City of Knots with Rooster. Inside, not on, inside.
Yeah, I think just as a way of wrapping up, I'm pretty sure that Zeke and Hal have met Akilv when you were on the observation post. Although that was another like sort of cliffhanger-ish ending where you didn't really get to spend time in game with Akilv. And then Alex, the last venture you were on was to the City of Knots, but you didn't come to this part of the city. You did see Akilv fighting off the Knots that were trying to gang her, and then Gix went to see Rooster in this room, I think. So that's kind of like where everybody's been in relation to what's going on now.
Yeah, Gix was just here, like, the day before, but then just literally left, like, teleported.
Yeah. And maybe didn't tell anybody.
And I don't think totally went. So we'll have to talk off stream what you all want to do about the situation, but you are safe. You're not attacked. And indeed, you'll probably be rewarded in some way. So anyone want to plug anything or say anything else before we call it for the evening? Okay, well, with that, thanks so much. Major thanks to our GMs, Ryan and Jesse, and especially to our players, Harry, Laura, and Jennifer. Thank you so much for joining us and for exploring NARM. This is the last planned summer stream of our summer concert series. And big thanks to our GMs for kind of putting this together and doing these longer form episodes to showcase the game, the system, and just explore weird stuff. We did weird mecha rules. This time we made you be high-level NPCs in the past. Hopefully that was fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, we keep learning more. So we'll figure it out together every other week. The next one is next Sunday because this is an off cycle, right? So if you enjoy the game, please come join us. It's discord.stillfleet.com. And if nobody else wants to plug anything, we can call it there.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all for being here.
Thanks,
See you
everyone.
again soon.
Thank you.
Thanks for a
everybody.
great game.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.